ready for Head of the River race. So I'm very fortunate today to be here with Matthew, gosh, good start, and Robert, who are much more experienced than me and are going to be talking us through the racing today. So, yeah. Okay. Over to you, really.
Good morning. And Robert, we've been doing this from Ranelagh Sailing Club for a few years. Can you remember seeing conditions as good as this ever before?
No, this is one of the best years I think we've had for many, many, many years. When you think we've been rained off, blown off, and everything else. But this is a fantastic day, and let's hope the race is as good as the weather.
Absolutely, and even the women's head was blown off less than a fortnight ago, so that didn't race. And actually, at the end of the 311 entries today, there are going to be about 20 women's crews racing in the men's head for the first time. But the entries have been very good. I've got a few notes here. Oxford Brooked is the most amazing entry. They have crews up to letter H. That's 7 crews. 6 of them are in the top 30. It's unbelievable. And then you've got the most other people have got is Tyne, Vesta and Thames have all got 5 crews. And then you've got Agecroft, City and Bristol and Lee with 4. But in the old days, you and I remember, there were up to 500 boats, and actually there were an awful lot of people who would just come down the towpath here with kit over their shoulder, hoping for an outing, and they'd normally get one.
Exactly.
But that's changed a lot now. So we've got a really good entry. It's 311 boats. There have only been a few scratchings. And then we've got the extra 20 or so women's boats. We've seen no details of who they are, but we've seen a few going afloat from University of Bath and Kingston Rowing Club.
I've got a list here with some women's crews on it now, so we'll have to get that up, I think.
Fantastic. And if it wasn't quite so sunny, we could see the screens. This is the most amazing day. There's no wind expected. The tide is running out nicely, and there's plenty of river water coming as well, so it's going to be a good fast time. It shouldn't be record-breaking because we haven't got the tailwind. But this is the day for getting the most perfect outing, and this is the day when the race plan should be what dictates what happens. And if the coxes get it right and the crew get it right, they'll all have the best row they've ever had on this bit of water.
Yeah, so we should have a draw with these women's crews in. I know Tideway Scullers are very keen to be able to race today. It was really disappointing for a lot of the women's crews not to be able to race, but it's, we're really lucky with the weather today, but it's not always like this. Anyone who's
and if anybody watched the School's Head stream, you'll have seen everything bending over as the wind blew past.
Very windy.
We've also got quite a few overseas crews entered in today. The top 50 boats, we've got the Czech rowing people. It's CVK Praha, Český vežlářský klub Praha. They're at number 12. The Chinese are coming at number 15. And then we have, actually the Chinese raced at Kingston Head as well, which I think they won by about half a minute. And then we've got a couple of Irish crews, Bessel Ruder Club from Minden near Hanover, and then a couple more Irish crews from the Commercial. So there's quite a block of foreign crews coming down. We'll try and pick them out once we can see them. The race is due to start at 11:30, which it's never late, so it should be a couple of minutes from now. The safety boats are all just moving towards the middle of the course to show that it's clear, and then they will communicate to each other, to the officials, who will then set the crews off. I must apologise, you will notice quite a few people walking across camera because here on the balcony of Imperial, there's a locked door at one end that no one can get in, and there's a fire escape at the end we are. So everyone's coming in the fire escape.
Yeah, we're very grateful to Imperial for accommodating us here. We wouldn't be able to run a stream like this if they weren't so kind to allow us to use their balcony. So we're just going to go and try and find the start order. I think we have a women's start order here. I think that maybe looking at 30 or 40 crews. But it's really nice to see the organisers from Head of the River and Women's Head being able to work together. So yeah, we've got, about 22 crews. So the first women's cruise is going to be Tideway Scullers A. It's like Oxford Brookes University B will be racing. We haven't got an A crew listed. But yeah, it'll be nice to see some of those women's crews getting the opportunity to race today. So we'll get both of these start orders up now. But I think, especially after last year, I'm trying to think, you must know that we hadn't had many dead heats in history of Head of the River, have we?
No.
dead heat last year.
It was very, it's just amazing.
Very unusual.
To do 20 minutes or slightly less. Sorry, to do 20 minutes or slightly less and to suddenly find you have the same time as someone else. You think the organisers would find a way of breaking that, but no, it's and if ever you've done the timing at a head race, it is not the easiest of things to do as two moving boats on moving rivers go past the line. But it's fantastic when they're that close. And of course this year, we've got Brooks and Leander going off at 1 and 2 to try and sort that out again.
Definitely want to.
But the trophies they have, I mean, there are so many trophies, because those two crews obviously will be going for the overall winner, which is the Fairburn Trophy. Have you got some information on the different trophies available, Rob?
Yes. Well, as you heard, Matthew said the Fairburn Trophy, which is for the fastest crew to the finish, and they all get individual medals. Then it's the Vernon Trophy, which is the fastest time Thames Tideway crew, and that goes from Tideway to Tellington Lock, and so that's that one. And then there's the Page Trophy, which is the fastest non-tidal crew. That's for everything above Tellington Lock, going up, right the way up river. Then you have the Jackson Trophy, the fastest non-Thames crew to the fastest eligible crew from open clubs not normally rowing on the Thames or its tributaries. And then those three trophies, or four I should say, are the Vernon one, the Page and the Jackson one, are awarded subject to the committee's absolute discretion. Then we have the Bernard Churcher Trophy. This was given by Pauline Churcher many years ago, who ran this event, for the fastest crew or university or college crew. And then after that, we have fastest lightweight, fastest overseas, fastest HM forces, fastest club crew, fastest medium and small club, fastest medium and small academic, and the last one, fastest beginner and academic crew.
Thank you, Rob. I mean, so basically there's a big focus on the Thames. You've either got the crew that wins the overall event, and you've got the tidal bit, the non-tidal bit, and any other water. And then you get some segregations for the universities and academics. But the overseas crews is a strong entry. As I said, we've got quite a few in the top 20, top 30, and then there are a couple of bunches of them coming down around about 40 to 50, and then again in the number 100s. But we'll try and pick them out for you and identify the crews. You should be able to see the crews coming past here, and if the sun's not shining on the screen, we should be able to see what we're looking at, the same as you. But the crews, it should literally be about to start up at the top. Okay, so we've got, now we think we're getting feedback from the start that they're about to get the race underway. The safety boats are all clearing the course. And just to give you the final note on the weather, it is glorious, it is sunny, it is still.
It's going to be a big question as well if it's going to hold out like this for the boat race next weekend. So we see sometimes really lovely conditions for the boat race, but sometimes we've had crews sinking in recent years. So it just goes to show how unpredictable the tideway can be.
Yes, I mean the other big difference, of course, with the boat race, it goes up the hill, not down the hill. Yep. And the normal prevailing wind is towards us at Putney, so the boat race you would expect it to be slightly rougher. Yeah. But it's the championship course, it's the same course.
Yeah, so it's great to see so many crews racing down this day and trying to get lots of people watching, because they're doing a brilliant job.
And I'm hoping the people who can't get down can actually see this.
Yes,
This is the first time we've streamed from the head of the river race. And I think it's going to be a fantastic.
We streamed it last year, but we
had
some unofficial commentary, so we are much luckier this year. Having trouble with the audio as well.
Okay, well, I hope you can see this year, and I hope we can add to it by telling you who the crews are that we're looking at. And if that works, it's a minor miracle. But the fundamentals of this sort of job don't change. We have a spotter with binoculars, someone with a crew list, and we try and work out what's going on.
Who is who?
Yes, and normally you can see a crew, if they're lower down the order and a good crew, you can pick them out a long way away because they just come scything through.
Sorry, I'm renowned for not speaking loud enough, so I will try and speak a little bit louder. But we're expecting that the race has started. I think marshalling conditions like this, we're expecting not too much trouble, so we should be underway. And we've got Oxford Brookes University A leading us down, which I guess could be interesting. You know, we might expect, especially over the years, to see Leander leading these crews down today. But Oxford Brookes are off first. Will be steered by Harry Brightmore. He's been steering their first 8 for a few years. He's been the Cox pair for the national squad, and we've got their crew list over here. So we've got, where have we got this?
Just actually, while you're looking that up, with Oxford Brookes, they're starting numbers 1, 3, 5. To have 3 crews in the top 5 is amazing at Oxford Brookes. And then they've got the 4th crew at number 11, their 5th crew at number 17. And actually steering that boat, of course, will be Rory Cruikshank from AllMarkOne.
Yeah, but we've also, we've got a couple of guys racing today. So we've got Rory's racing for Brookes E. We've got Wilf LeBrock, Imperial born and bred. He'll be racing in the Imperial second 8 today.
That's crew 32.
George Christian racing crew 114 for Birmingham University. I think that's it.
That's the 3. I think that's the 3 that are racing.
But I know.
So we'll keep an eye out.
We've got Rory at Brookes, so we know the Brookes boys quite well, and I think this year they are going to try and see if they can get 4 8s into the top 10, which would be very impressive, especially for a university.
That will be good.
Really dominated the university scene in recent years. At Bridgehampton, they have a fair few 8s quicker than the next fastest university, so it's a big programme.
Well, the nearest university is Imperial here, crew number 9 and number 10, so in the finishing order from last year.
Yeah.
They were the closest. So Brookes had 3 crews ahead of every other university body in town. Their strength has grown and grown and grown. It's amazing.
So yeah, you see especially a lot of, when you're looking at junior boys coming out and looking to go to university now, a lot of them are flocking to Oxford Brookes, and I think when you have a programme like that, it's very appealing. So I think we're only going to see them go from strength to strength. Be interesting to see what they're going to enter at Henley this year. We had the ladies' plate final at Henley last year, 2 Oxford Brookes crews. You know, it's kind of showing the strength even beyond university level rowing, really.
So we have no feedback yet from the start, but the race should now be underway. We'll keep an eye out, and as soon as the crews come round under Hammersmith Bridge, that's halfway down the course, we'll be able to see them with line of sight from the balcony here. And all that we have now is still flat water. No, that's the safety boats, I believe. They're all sitting in the middle.
Beyond them, there's a little tiny. I have a feeling we might have seen them just come into Hammersmith, but it seems a bit soon. It's only 11:35.
They should be here at 11:20. They should be 11:10 at Hammersmith. Just about there, at the earliest.
Is it at 11 or 11:30?
11:30, sorry,
okay.
You're right, sorry,
yeah.
11:40.
So I think
yeah.
A bit premature, yeah. I think we have, there's 677 people watching now, live, which is great to see.
And far more than that on the bank down here. Well, we're just looking for the start point to show up on the timing screen, but it hasn't shown up yet. But what actually happens with the timing is they upload batches of 10 times. So the first 10 crews have to start, and then they'll appear on the live website for the timing. And then at each of the markers, I think they take 3 different points down the course. They'll have the ranking, and then of course the finish time is the one that decides the outcome. There's no point being ahead at halfway, it's at the end you need to be ahead. So everyone's looking upstream. There's a whole group of alumni. It is Imperial College Boat Club's 100th year this year.
Yeah, it's a big year.
So
they're dinner later this evening.
They're having a big old bash tonight, and needless to say, therefore, people are gathering, and not one of them is going to come through the door. They're all going to walk across the screen.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of trouble with the audio when we get some cheering off of this balcony shortly.
We'll soldier on, though.
Yeah, you're getting some comments. It looks like a good day for the race. It really is, I think.
This morning I actually looked and thought I wanted to be rowing.
Yeah.
It's the first time for a long time.
It's a really beautiful day. Only the end of March.
And actually we're sitting out here with shirt sleeves on and it's warm.
Yeah. It's funny, it doesn't feel like...
So if anybody's in Australia watching this, we know how you feel.
We had someone in Australia watching the stream last year, actually.
Yes.
Someone in the comments.
Well, send us a comment if you're watching from abroad or afar. And if you've got any questions, then we'll try and answer those if we can see the screen. But it's so difficult with this sunshine. This is the best part of the head down here. There's been a huge hubbub as all the crews were pushing to get afloat in the 1 half-hour window, and everybody left Putney. And the bank was covered with eights, waiting to get shuffled down towards the water. All the blades were lined up, all the trailers were being emptied, and there's this huge hubbub of noise. Then suddenly you're aware that it goes still and quiet, and they all disappear off upriver.
I actually had a message from a friend who lives around here this morning. She said, you know, the boat race is next week, Lucinda, but what's going on today? And I said, well, try to explain it, but it is really busy down here today. Crews coming from
when you think about this race,
all
actually,
sorts of
we've got
places.
320 boats. You've therefore got nearly 2,800 competitors on the water in the same event. And before fun runs and all the marathons, this used to be the biggest participation sporting event in the country. So it's a huge, huge event. Everybody knows the boat race outside rowing, but in rowing, this is the head race,
That's
the
what
head
we
of the
were
river
talking
race.
about, trying to get people thinking about the head of the river race as well. In terms of the boat race is a wonderful event, but it's, you know, really it's just a varsity event between two universities, and you've got many, many more athletes who are coming in racing pretty much the same race. You know, bar a few logistics.
And actually, in the same race, you have the people who've just started rowing this year and the people who race representing Great Britain.
Yeah.
And you're actually in the same race as them. You won't see much of them, trust me.
Yeah, because I think in this first crew coming off for Oxford Brits, Matthew Tarrant is sitting somewhere in the bows. He's been doing a lot.
And
with
Leandre is
GB.
fairly much from Caversham.
And yeah, so a lot of the Brits boys trying to break into the squad now. We've had some comments. We've got some people watching from New Zealand, and we've got people watching from Gibraltar. I have a feeling.
Fantastic.
Family of one of the Brits boys, Jack. if I'm
Give my
correct,
regards to
watching.
Mediterranean Rowing Club in Gibraltar.
Lymington, Bournemouth.
Fantastic. All over the country
people.
and abroad.
Yeah.
It's
Really great to have.
I don't think we have any New Zealand crews entered, nor Gibraltarian, I'm afraid. But you'll be able to see a good spectacle when the rowers do come down. It shan't be long now. They should be going decent fast times.
Yeah.
But as I said, I don't expect a record because you haven't got the tailwind to help them along.
Yeah.
Actually, it's fascinating. If you watch this race when you actually buy it, one of the biggest indicators of how good the cruise is the noise they make.
Yeah.
Have you ever stood on Hammersmith Bridge or?
Yeah, it's been packed on Hammersmith. I think I saw a photo earlier. Lots of people out to watch.
I broke my arms many years ago, so I had to sit one of these out, and it was fascinating because
years ago too, and it's interesting watching it from a different perspective.
And you can hear from Hammersmith Bridge, you can hear the first cruise from round the bend, and it's just the biggest chomp, huge noise. Sorry about the impersonation.
Is Knoxville Tier?
Oh, we have someone coming round the Riverside Studios. And have they got dark blades or pink blades, Robert?
Pink blades.
They've got pink blades.
First crew is now just coming round the...
That should be crew number 2, Leander, with pink blades.
It's the pink
So that'll be
blades, and it
interesting.
could
It
well
says-
be Leander.
I have my doubts that there would have been an overtake.
No, the top 10 crews should not be overtaking with
So
27-second
it
intervals.
looks like we might have started out of order. Oh, Knoxville, Tennessee. I was going to think Texas. Someone from Germany. Gold Coast, Australia. It's 9:40 in the evening.
Fantastic. We got plenty of German
Watching
crews
from
in.
Wargrave. Hi, Dad.
Oh,
Annie
thanks.
Gordon.
Thanks, Annie.
Bordeaux, France.
Nothing better to do, huh?
Kazakhstan. Question for the commentators. Any other companies rowing today?
Any other countries?
Companies. It's a crew from HSBC, but no one else. Does anyone else have a boat club?
Well, Not that I've
Someone
seen,
in
actually. I
Tokyo?
think they're one of the last
The Maldives?
banks to have a
Wow.
rowing club. It's good to see most people near the water, actually, when
Yeah.
they're watching this. But no, I don't think many clubs actually still have their own rowing clubs. They used to be.
Yeah.
It's like Lensbury used to be Shell, Walbrook used to be BP,
Yeah.
and down here you had Midland Bank, NatWest Bank, and HSBC. The British Rowing Boathouse used to be Parr's Priory Boathouse, which was one of the banks.
Yeah.
I think the Westminster, but all of those have now they've stopped funding
Wow,
rowing.
Prague, Thailand, Italy.
Or
quite
CVK
distracting.
Praha will be. You can tell us how to pronounce that, can't
Yes,
you?
yeah.
The Hsbc
Praha.
Veslarsky Club Praha. They're often at number 12. We'll expect to see them very soon.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I think we've done some work with Fun and Reach Boat Club in the past. I know they're trying to encourage kind of corporate days for rowing clubs. It's interesting we've kind of lost on having the corporate clubs, but it'd be nice to have that back, I think.
Truthfully, I think in the corporate world they haven't got that surplus cash or
Yeah.
the time to give to it.
It's an
However,
expensive
the
sport.
corporate days, a lot of companies do find out the teamwork that they can engender by having people rowing together. And a lot of rowing clubs are able to actually
Yeah.
make a bit of money to support their vices,
Yeah.
their habits, by running corporate days.
Yeah, but
and
we were
then up
kind
near
of talking
Henley,
about that recently with the boat race and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
This kind of elitist idea that a lot of people have about rowing, but you find these people that try it and they all kind of, it's very
Having
down
rowed
to
at
earth
tradesmen,
sport when you get,
I can tell you there's nothing
Yeah.
elitist there. The
But
only
it's,
elitism is who's good.
people really enjoy
Yeah.
it, and that's just about it, really. And so that's a big thing. How can you tell them?
The leading crew does look very pink. That first
I
crew.
think your son might be out as well, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
So is that?
I have two
Lots of
fans
bricks. Yeah, you've got some fans.
already. The first
Talking
crew
about
is
favoritism.
is definitely pink, and there's a white crew following down. But whoever's leading the race down is very close to the Surrey
Yeah.
bank. They're hugging the inside from Harrods Depository down to the milepost.
So what do you think
And-
about that kind of a racing line?
I don't think they're in the stream.
It could be Oxford Brooks.
It could be Brooks.
It could
If
be
it
Brooks.
is Brooks, they're doing it for a purpose.
Yeah, I know Harry's
They-
very experienced cock. So
they
that
don't do
looks
anything
like
out of-
that white crew is following, but a little
Yes,
bit
Leander
wider.
must be the white crew. That's the
Yeah.
second crew. So they're in what I'd call the traditional line, but Brooks look very close to the Surrey shore.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting decision there too.
And certainly
Yeah,
when you
that's
get down to the Black Boy and past Barn Elms and down here, to
Yeah.
cut across the Fulham Flats is a cardinal sin.
It's,
You cannot do that.
Yeah, that's the one
Because
thing we do see,
it's
that
slow
it
water.
can really have a big impact on race results when you're looking at coxes who've experienced coxing the tideway. And it's a bit of a difficult beast, really, especially with different conditions and different wind conditions. There's a bit of a debate over where the fastest line is. So we're
And there's one thing you do see in the boat race, two coxes
Yeah.
know exactly where they want to be, and it's always in the same bit of water. So
Yeah.
there is a recognised line that they try and follow. But there are so few landmarks when you're out there.
Yeah.
The coxes really have to know this stuff. But actually, today is a perfect day for reading the water
Yeah.
because it's so calm, you can see it moving. You
Yeah.
can see where the fast bit is.
There's very little wind down here, actually. It's gentle.
But they're definitely coming around now. They've got as far as Barn Elms Boat Club, so past the University milepost, which actually I've never seen when I've been racing.
Yeah.
You see Fulham Football Club, you see Hammersmith Bridge.
Yeah.
I have no idea where that milepost was till I walked up the towpath. But now they're coming around the last bit of bend through the trees. There's an avenue of trees just upstream of Imperial, and it's a lovely bit of towpath. Unfortunately, it has a lot of branches.
Yeah.
So I can just see the glimmer of movement as the first crew's coming down towards the Black Boy.
Now that does look like Oxford Bricks coming down now.
It does.
So you've
I'm
got-
so pleased. They should not have been overtaken.
Yeah. That would have been a big surprise. But I think we've got Morgan Boulding in the straight seat there. So a lot of the boys that have stayed on from last year. Got a couple of younger guys, Matt Rowe and Henry Boysbrook. Val Pear should be of this crew.
They're rating a good
If they were at
36
the,
there as well. That's a decent.
And it's crew number one, which is just approaching
Brooks.
what was the Black Boy, which is now yellow, just to confuse everybody. And it's
So
Oxford Brooks, I think, when crew number 1. And they're being followed by Leander, which should be crew number 2.
So, yeah, Oxford Brooks looking very sharp down here.
And actually, looking at the spacing of the crews, Brooks 1, or Brooks A, have got a bigger gap between them and Leander A than Leander have with Brooks B.
Yeah.
So if I were a betting man, I'd put money on the two Brooks crews having gone quicker than the Leander crew.
Yeah, because I think this Leander crew did a few fixtures in the last week or so against Oxford and Cambridge.
Yes, the outing they did against Oxford was their first time in the Nate, having been in pairs. But the outing against Cambridge, they'd had a bit more practice and they took distance off Cambridge.
This is the second Oxford Brooks crew coming down now.
Brooks A and B definitely look like they've made ground on Leander A. Leander have taken the rating right up down past the Black Boy.
Yeah, and same
and
here,
Leander B
Leander
coming down.
Looking like they've a little bit of a long way behind that second Brooks crew now.
I would say both Brooks crews have pulled away from both Leander crews at this. And there's another Brooks crew following Leander again, which has the same gap as the first 2 crews.
So we've got a link to the provisional results here now, so as soon as we get any information through, we'll keep everyone updated.
I'd also say these 5 crews have all pulled away from the batch behind. There's a big old gap behind Brooks C. And Brooks C are doing a much, much lower rating than everybody else. Leander up to 38 as they go down from the Black Boy, but Brooks are still below 36. Then we have UL coming down. That's the next crew.
And they look like...
And they're being overtaken by Thames, I think.
So Thames...
Or is that Molesey or Thames?
It looks like Molesey to me.
Well, that's Molesey. Wow, Molesey have overtaken Thames and they're now going for UL.
Oh, no, maybe that is Thames. No,
that's Molesey. That's Molesey.
Definitely Molesey. I think UL
so
lost
going
quite a lot
past
of
the Black
athletes
Boy, Molesey have overtaken Thames already and they're going past UL.
Is that most speedy?
So if you've got this on your screens, that's a lovely,
maybe not.
Lovely thing to have going down towards the finish. It's crew number 8 here coming down. On the near side is Molesey, and on the far side is number 6, University of London. So Molesey are getting the biggest lift down the boathouses possible. And then Thames coming down expecting a cheer from their boat club, bless them.
Definitely.
They've already been dumped by Molesey.
Yeah. But Thames doing really well
down to
now, it may get a bit noisy on this balcony very shortly, as people recognise it's an IC boat going, here we go, going past the Black Boy.
Here, Imperial.
And they're being chased by another Brooks crew, Brooks D, who've obviously overtaken Edinburgh. Edinburgh crew number 10 in light blue have dropped way back. And CVK Praha, so we got Hsbc Veselaški Club Praha coming down.
Oh yeah, just after them. So it'll be interesting. I know this Brooks boat are looking to try and make this top 10 today. It'll be really interesting to see if they're able to do that.
That'll be 4 crews in the top 10. That's amazing.
Yeah. And this looks like Newcastle University now coming down towards us as well.
Yeah, so Newcastle have done well. They're gaining. Actually, they're gaining on. That's the Chinese Rowing Association. That's my goodness. That's crew number 15. The Chinese have overtaken an enormous number of crews. Wow.
Yeah, so the Chinese Rowing Association have been in the UK for a couple of weeks now.
Yes, they won at Kingston, didn't they?
Yeah, and they were a little disappointed, I think. Must have been not to be able to race at Weehall, but of course Steve Redgrave working with the Chinese national team now. So
and Newcastle started one place ahead of them, so they've hung on to them all the way down the course.
So is this the Prague crew in the?
That must be, yes, that's CVK Prague. They've got the non-Leander pink blades.
Yeah.
So that's the first of the overseas crews coming down. Sorry, second of the overseas crews, because China has overtaken them.
Yeah.
Goodness, they've been seriously dumped.
Tideway Skull is then following them, and it looks like another Leander crew.
Yes, that's Leander C, I think.
And followed by this Brits crew. This looks like this could be our own Rory Cruikshank.
Yeah, that's crew number 17. Yes, that's him. And we approve of his course, don't we?
We do.
Well, we have to, really.
We're not allowed to say anything on the live stream. I think we'll be in
very good course from that Brooks crew E. Very smart course. And they've pulled away from all the crews behind them. So they've had a really interesting race going off behind the Chinese, but they've been able to keep up with all the other crews. And then we have Durham coming down now, and they were the crew that started behind the Brooks crew.
It looks like Thames are
There's about
trying
300
to push up into
yards
Durham
between
now
them.
as well.
And Thames, yes, Thames B would be trying to overtake the Durham crew. And suddenly the sun goes in. It's the first time today. Can you see?
Yeah, it's actually a little bit easier to see.
So a lot of noise just down the river for Thames, and then we get ULB coming just next down to Black Boy. The crew in purple, if you can see the pictures, lovely imperial purple from UL. They'll be the next crew down, and Agecroft. That's the first crew racing for the Jackson Trophy, which is the any other water but the Thames.
Oh, I see.
So basically, you've got the three. You've got the tideway. The tidal water trophy, you've got the non-tidal water, and then any other bit of water. So Agecroft are going for that one, and they're making a good fist of it. And there's another, I see another university, Newcastle.
Newcastle
yeah.
lightweight,
Stars
number
on the
22.
Yes, that's 22. They've been overtaken by it. Oh no, they haven't. They've caught Agecroft a little bit.
Then
we've got
two crews coming
two, I was going to say
here.
two crews fighting it out here.
Looks like it could be Tyne by the looks of those.
Actually, that crew 22, that's not Newcastle. They're lightweights. That's the first of the lightweight crews.
Indeed it is.
It's like
So
Tyne
they're doing
and
really
Molesey
well. Yes, Tyne having a real
very
dust up with
close.
Molesey.
So Molesey looks like they've caught Tyne
Yes,
there.
Molesey are just on this side. They've got the dominant course.
Yeah, I think
they're
Ian
just
Weir's
sneaking
somewhere in
through.
that Tyne crew. And, you know,
Is it?
one of the rowing photographers that we grew up really enjoying his photographs.
Gosh.
Good to see them coming down.
Yes, and Molesey seem to be number 24 are pulling away from 23. They're trying to get clear water as they head towards the finish.
And then their neighbours Kingston coming down behind.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And behind them should be another Thames. There's another Thames crew, number 26. And there'll be a lot of noise from the Thames balcony as they go past.
Actually, it's
Have
good
a
to
little
see.
bit of a gap now, actually.
Yes, it's good to see a Kingston crew actually doing well up in the top 25.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen
I
that.
think it's difficult sometimes, maybe from Molesey and Kingston, there's a lot of a draw to come to cruise up on the,
Yeah,
on
it's
the tideway. So
a crew in blue. That'll be Newcastle again. They're just coming down towards the Black Boy.
yeah.
And then
Newcastle
behind them
USDC.
we have another overseas crew. That's Cork.
down in Ireland. I think Ireland have had a really great time in recent years with a lot of success, both in the very famous brothers racing in the lightweight double,
Yes.
but also in they have a women's sculler who's been doing really well. It's been really
Newcastle, number 27, are just passing the commentary point now.
They're looking fairly sedate, actually,
Yeah.
Newcastle.
And they're followed by Cork.
Looking
number
much more
28.
sprightly. Yes. And Brooks again.
And then Oxford Brooks.
This
as
is
you
Brooks
say.
G crew. Can you believe 6 boats in the top 30?
Yeah.
They just, I think that's what's most impressive about Brooks. They have obviously got a really strong top end, but the depth is really impressive to have that many crews.
Now there's
And a
two
lot of
crews,
equipment.
31 and 32 are coming down. This is a Lee on the far side. And
And Newcastle again, I think.
now I think if it's 32, it should be Imperial College.
I think this,
That's Newcastle on this side. That must
there's
be.
another Imperial crew coming down
Unless
there.
that's 29. Yes, it is, sorry. It is 29. But 31 has caught them up and is just ahead by about a quarter of a length as they go down towards the finish.
And this is where you have to question the Cox's decisions because they're on the wrong side
Yeah.
of the crew they're overtaking. And you have to work out just how long it's going to take you to get past another
Yeah.
crew, which side you should go. It's really
Should have
tricky.
another cheer now. Bear
Yeah,
in mind
big
for
noise coming,
This is
Imperial.
Owen Wilfred coming down in the second 8.
Must have been psychic. So that's another AllMarkOne Cox. And the very reason we're on this balcony. Behind them should have been Radley, but they unfortunately are scratched. They would have been the first schools crew.
But it's Thames.
And instead we have Thames D. Thames D coming down, they're rowing well. And then we've got not Upper Thames. Oh yes, that's Upper Thames. Yes, that's
Yeah.
Upper Thames from Upper Henley. That's their A crew.
And
And they'll be
Black,
followed
yeah.
by. Ooh.
could be
Can't
a
be.
St Paul's alumni.
That could be
Could be
Eton, actually.
It looks like Eton Blades.
That could
Yeah,
be
it looks
Eton.
like Eton.
So that's actually the first school crew to come down. Obviously, Radley not having been here, they scratched. And both
there
those
is
were actually
37.
beaten by Shiplake in the Schools Head, but they're not racing today.
No, but I think
So-
there was also some expectations of St Paul's. I think it was a Shiplake, Eton, St Paul's in the top three there. So
Yeah.
I think Eton are hoping to. Everyone was a little bit in the shadow of St Paul's crew last year, who are a very, very quick crew, but it looks like it'd be potentially a more exciting year of racing in the junior boys now, with a couple more quick
Oh,
crews
it's
right
brilliant
up there.
to have a balance. And that's Bristol University going past us. Bristol A, followed by Quintin. So we've got in the red and black quarters, that's Bristol University. And then the two diagonal white stripes, if you can see the pictures on a blue singlet, that's Quintin. One of the few clubs not to have changed its colours for a long, long
Many years.
time.
Yeah.
And then we'll get more noise off the balcony because it's
Royal
icy.
Chester or someone like that. Yeah, so it's
No,
like
it's-
Royal Chester A following
Yes.
another Imperial crew.
Yes, number 36 just going past us, and as you can hear, a lot of noise from the balcony. And they're followed by crew number 40, which is Royal Chester A.
And then we come to a block of foreign entries. Now the first one down should have been Bessel Ruder Club, which is near Minden, near Hanover, but they have black blades and they have been overtaken by the Commercial from Ireland. So the Commercial Rowing Club from Dublin, they've got the blue and green hoops. So they've overtaken the German crew. So this is crew 42, the Commercial Rowing Club. They're going really well, actually. I'm not sure they're going to hold the Chinese crew to the overseas trophy, but that's a good outing for them. And then we've got the Bessel Ruder Club, just coming down with the black blades, and then the second Commercial crew approaching the black boy as they were following. That's crew number 43. Robert, do you want to do the next one?
Can I do the next one?
This is the hospital pass for the Club Remo Olimpico Oreo Aron Carter, El Carter. In yellow, they're known as the Harriers. Thought I'd save you that one.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So
Now
this is
we've
one of the Basque country clubs, and would you believe the crew behind them is also from there? It's only a few miles away.
So 44, just passing IC now, followed by 45. And then some little distance behind them should be.
Sorry, you're not going to have a go at Honda Ribiac, El Cartier.
It should
That's
be
the crew
well,
with the green blades that are chasing the Harriers in yellow.
yes. It should be crew number 46, but we're not certain because they lost their bow number by the look of it. But I think it's actually may well be 47, which is Ruder Club
That's the
Deutschland.
crew with Vass in it.
And they're followed by 46, which
that's
is
the
Munchinger
exit.
Rowing Club. They've got light blue blades.
Yeah, so that crew is a couple of the British guys, I think Matt Nartiv, Gareth Cyphus, Vas Ragusis, been together with a couple of international mates racing in that German crew there.
That was crew number 47, the Ruder Club Deutschland.
A mixture of blades coming down here now. Or not blades, but unisuit colours. It's like number 48.
Is that 48? Yes.
This is a
Oh, so that's
German-
Ruder Club Nördingen.
Now we've got number 48, you're right, correct.
That's right, yes, with the crews in black, yes.
The crew's in black, but the blades are green, I think.
So I think they borrowed those.
Yes, they look as though they've been borrowed. And then we've got three crews coming down on the far side.
Oh, it's Molesey.
Crew number
Oh.
53.
Like Molesey
That's London.
blades.
That's London Rowing Club A.
Is that the first London Rowing
And
Club
they've
you've-
overtaken number 52, which is Molesey Boat Club D. And they in turn are followed by Lee Rowing Club B, number 50.
So London have overtaken Lee and Molesey.
Indeed
and
they
Molesey
have.
have overtaken the Lee. So that's,
Yeah,
they've had a good time, but the Lee haven't enjoyed their day.
no.
As you are.
And that looks like a Thames
Now
crew.
we should have another Thames crew now coming up towards their clubhouse, and this should be crew number 55, and if it is, it'll be Thames Rowing Club E. And they're followed by 54, which is Warwick University A.
Actually, that looks like 56. That's Molesey. They've overtaken Warwick of the black, white and red blades. That's
I
Warwick
think
there.
this looks like
Yes, no, you're,
Yes.
Matthew, you're right. Now we've
like
got
an Exeter.
54, which is the Warwick crew, and on the outside of them, it looks like
58,
City of
59.
Bristol 58.
Oh, City of Bristol, yes, the green ones,
no,
yes.
no, this Nottingham
That'd be
University
Nottingham
crew,
Uni, yes.
I
And
believe
then
they're
number
wearing
60.
black armbands today on this Nottingham University because
Nottingham.
unfortunately they had a member of their women's squad who sadly passed away
Oh dear.
in the last
okay.
couple of weeks, so they're showing respect to her, and it's a lovely thing for them to do. Same way we've seen quite a lot of these, if anyone's seen these orange tech tops at a few of the university crews have been racing, that's also another initiative after one of the Imperial alumni sadly took his own life a few years ago, and that's Rowing Together for Healthy Minds, so it's definitely worth looking them up, and they're doing a
Now the
great
next one
initiative
just
there.
passing us here now looks
Yes.
like 58, or is it
Nottingham.
59? It could be, I think it's 59, which will be Nottingham University A, and they're followed by 61, which is University of London C.
And it looks like Hampton School.
Yeah, it's
coming
another
into view
school
now
crew,
as well.
yes.
And
Yellow.
in 62, it's Hampton School A.
They're going well. That does look good. And there's going to be more noise in a moment.
Another
Indeed there
Imperial
is,
crew.
because crew number 63 is another Imperial College, and it's their F crew.
And then we're also going to get an awful lot of Durham University College crews. And one of them is coming down there. So Imperial are just going past the Imperial Boat Club, hence the noise. Then we get St Aidan's.
64, and they're going to be followed by 60,
That's the nines. That's Cambridge 99. 66.
66, which is Cambridge 99. It looks as though Putney, number 65, Putney Town are out on the far side, have been overtaken by Cambridge 99. And
Is this Quentin coming now?
And
Some
Putney
considerable
Town, of course,
distance.
don't row from Putney anymore, do they? They
No,
boat
it's
up
very
near the
much leading
start.
when people,
They're in the
they're
old
floating around
tradesman
Putney
boathouse
Town,
up at
there's nowhere near the
Chiswick.
Putney embankment, yeah, it's up towards Chiswick.
And Quintin, who haven't changed their colours, haven't changed their boat club either. So here's the next Quintin crew coming down.
which is number 67.
Which I've got as Quintin A, but we've had one already.
Yeah, must be Quintin B. Looks like Radley College as well coming down after. There's a City of Oxford potentially.
Yes,
I'm not
City of Oxford, definitely they're ahead of them.
Radley.
Now number 70, that's City of Oxford.
They've done well. They've overtaken a few.
Yeah.
They've done very well.
And
They've overtaken both the Lee and the Radley crews.
they've also overtaken 68, which is the Radley crew.
Here's a
Rowing
battle.
Club. Ooh.
And then they're followed by,
I can tell you that's Kingston on
69.
this side, and I'm guessing Monmouth on the far side.
and that's Lee coming past our position now. And then there's two of them battling it out. We've got Kingston 72 on this side, and on the far side we've got Monmouth 71.
I
And
think
at the
one of our-
moment it
another
looks as though
photographer
Kingston have
friend,
got the
Ben
slight
Rothman, that
edge
Monmouth crew.
as they go down past the boathouses.
Love your work, Ben.
That's been a good long overtaking manoeuvre for 4.5 miles.
Yeah.
And they are followed by number
That's Bristol again, I think.
72. Number 72. No, sorry, wrong number.
So that's City of Bristol, 73.
73 City of Bristol, got that one wrong.
Not sure who this is in green.
This looks like
71. Oh, that's Monmouth. 77.
77, and that's going to be Exeter University
They've
A.
done very well.
And then we've
And
got
you've got
74
And 76.
and
So
76 neck and neck, and behind them we've
It's
got
Oxford Brooks, of course.
75
overtaking
Agecroft.
And then 75, the last one of those is the second Agecroft crew. And then necessarily there's a gap after that bit of excitement. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if there are any provisional times up.
The next crew coming down is Curlew A, number 78, and they're followed by 79, which is Vesta A. There will be a roar will go up from the Vesta balcony shortly as they go past.
Can you see any provisional results?
And
I can't see them on the phone at all.
just passing the black boy now is
Ooh. Ooh.
it looks like
Ooh, wow.
That's like
Eight-
that's a
That's
German.
amazing.
82. That's the AR Westphalen crew, number 82. They've gone up a number of places. And they in turn are followed by
That's the French Rugby Club. I think Evian Lyonnais.
83, which is the Evian Lyonnais France, which is the rugby club. And on the outside of them is Agecroft, number 81. And they're followed by number 84, which is a Swiss crew, Avion de Ferry, Lake Geneva. Behind them is number 85, Helles Titania Berlin, in their yellow and red diagonals colours. And now there is a
While there's a
bit
little
of a
gap
gap.
coming down, we've seen the provisional results from the finish line. And it does look very, very close, with the exception of Oxford Brookes, who have an 8-second margin over Leander A. And then Leander A looked to have 0.3 of a second over Brookes B. And then there's a 6-second gap back to Leander B. So it's first Brookes, second Leanders, third Brookes, fourth Leander, then Molesey. With an 8-second gap from Brookes A to Leander A, nothing between Leander A and Brookes B, and then 6 seconds to Leander B from Brookes. So that's a very quick rundown of the top four, and Molesey were fifth.
And just passing the commentary point now is Walton Rowing Club, number 89. A bit of self-interest here on that one, and they have.
Is that 88? Is that Cambridge City?
And I think the one behind, they've just overtaken Cambridge City, which is number 88.
And then Vesta as well, so they've overtaken Vesta.
Vesta, number 87.
Oh, that's City of Cambridge with the hoops, isn't it? Or is that nines? That's City of Cambridge.
And City of
So
Cambridge
they've
are on the
pulled
far
well ahead,
side.
haven't they?
88.
Walton?
Yeah,
Walton have done very well.
they have, indeed. And then number 91
That's Nottingham University. That's a lightweight crew.
is coming past us now.
They're only lightweights from, I think it's Bournemouth, Southampton, and
And then there's 92,
Nottingham
which is
University.
London Rowing Club B, and Wallingford on the far side battling it out, but London seem to have overtaken Wallingford now as they head down past their club, or towards their clubhouse.
yes, London have the dominant stream there, don't they?
Indeed.
And this is Wallingford Rowing Club coming down, followed by a black one. That'll be Warwick University, I think. So it's a Wallingford crew just going past the Black Boy and the boathouse here. I'm not sure. Have you got pictures of the race coming through now?
Yeah, we have.
Fantastic. So the crew in red with the diagonal blades is Wallingford.
Then it's London.
And the black, white and red blades are Warwick University. And then the lovely purple, the rich purple of University of London, I believe. And I can't see what number they started. It's 94.
94 they were. And
Oh, so that's
says
the Armed Forces.
It's the Armed Forces.
That's the first of the Armed Forces crews just gone past. And then you've got Oriel Kensington with the green and pink. So they're doing well, but the Armed Forces have stayed ahead of them all the way down the course. So that's a good Armed Forces crew.
And the next one to come down will be number, it looks like 96, which
should
is
be Exeter University with the
Exeter
green.
University B.
There's a blue cap at 5, if you can see it on the
Yeah.
pictures. But they've got white blades. And then you've got Tideway Scullers with their distinctive red and yellow blades.
That's
That
number
looks like a neat
98.
little crew. They've done well. They've overtaken
97.
Southampton University, who have the 4 red stripes on their blade and the black and yellow tops.
And then we have a Durham
And this
University crew, number 99.
That's in the Palatinate, the pale purple tops. Sorry, Palantine, sorry, isn't it? Palantine is that colour. and then there's a little gap. So we've got crews now coming into the boathouses, and it's all going to get lively on the bank here as people come back up. And there'll be tales of daring do and woe, and good courses and bad, who hit the log, where the duck swam across in front of them. But it's a fantastic race to have been in. So crew 100, we've had the first 100 go past us already. This is Leeds. This is a very different race for them because it's 4.5 miles. Roundhay Park is only 650 metres across.
And then we've got crew 102, which is the Glasgow University.
And the black
Club
with the yellow piping down the side. And then we have Sabrina coming down, who are the Shrewsbury Old Boys. Shrewsbury School Old Boys. I think they've got the diagonal. Actually, no, they'll be the dark. They've got the white spots on their blades. Sabrina have been overtaken by Bart's,
yes,
the London Hospital, London University crew.
Yes,
So
that's crew number 104, Bart's and London A. And as Matthew said, 103 is following, and that's Sabrina A. And then we have a fairly large gap. And then another group of 3 crews coming up.
Have we missed Oxford Brooks? I can't believe they're still back here at 105. They must have gone through already, because Oxford Brooks H, that's their 8th crew, the only one outside the top 100, should have gone down already and pulled away from these.
I think it has, Matthew. I think they've already passed us.
So we have black and red blades. They look like Bedford blades, but... Oh, it's Winchester College.
Winchester College, I think.
106.
106, and they're followed by...
And that's 104 coming down, which is
104, which is the Bart and London, and on the outside...
Leeds University, is it 108?
It could well be Leeds University on the outside.
So Leeds University have got the red and green kit. The black and red is the Winchester College, and therefore on this side that's the Bart's crew. And then we have a crew with white and blue kit on, which will be the University of St Andrews, I'm guessing. 109, I think.
109, yes. 109.
That's the University of St Andrews. They're up from Fife on Loch Horr. And then we have, I'm guessing, Tyrian, that's in the pale purple, which is, of course, the University of London Old Boys.
Indeed it is. UL Tyrian 110.
Their blades are still the lovely purple of UL, but they're much more pale tops.
And we now have...
Blue, that's Bath University blue with yellow. Bath University
112, which is Bath University A.
They've overtaken Sheffield, as have the next crew in light blue. This is 107.
Which
this is Curlew. They've dropped back a lot. So Bath have overtaken Curlew, and the next crew, which is Sheffield University, which is the dark kit with the yellow stripes. Crew 111 is Sheffield University. That's their first boat coming down. And then there's a crew in bright yellow approaching the Black Boy, and that'll be Minerva Bath. Everything is yellow. The kit, the blades, everything but the boat. And then we have a moment as we wait and the tension mounts for George Christian. He'll be coming down in crew 114 for Birmingham University. Do they row in red by any chance?
Yes. Yeah, that'll be George. George
They're
does
all on
an
their own.
job
Sadly, Minerva Bath have pulled away a little bit, and they've pulled away from the crew behind them, so they've rowed along in a vacuum. So if the cameras are training on a crew, they need to look at the red one by the yellow boy. That is Birmingham University with the only rower, as opposed to Cox.
George in the straight seat there. He's in his first year doing medicine at Birmingham.
What was that old saying, Robert, about if you can't row, wear a hat?
It
must be out of fashion now.
Yes.
Must be it. But yeah,
somebody's wearing a hat.
Somehow finds the time to run our socials.
Anyway, 114 is just about to come past our point now.
Birmingham University.
Indeed.
He'll cherish this in later years.
There's another small gap.
I have to say, he's pushing for home. He needs a 7-man to join in with him. So then behind we now have a green crew. That'll be Exeter University, I think, just holding off. Oh no, they've pulled away. Oh no, it's Nottingham University coming up behind them, I think, with the yellow blades. Exeter University holding off.
Yeah.
And then there's a Vesta crew who've just dropped back behind the Nottingham University crew. So if you've seen the pictures, the green and white crew is Exeter, the green and yellow crew is Nottingham, and the yellow boat with the red kit is Vesta. So there should be a bit of a cheer.
It's 115, 117 and 116, which is Vesta. So there should be a bit of noise from the Vesta balcony, I would imagine, as they go past.
As it gets all the old boys out of the bar. Now the first clouds are just starting to come over, and the weather forecast did suggest the cloud cover would increase as the race went on.
And now we have...
This is another one of the Durham University crews. This is Hatfield College.
Hatfield College, isn't it, I think?
Yep. There are so many Durham colleges here as well. It puts them up to the same, more entries than actually Brooks have, but not quite of the same calibre, I'm afraid. That's not St Paul's. Oh, this would be Tyne. So coming very, very close to the Black Boy. They've read the manual. That's Tyne Rowing Club coming down.
Yes, crew 120.
And if that's right, either St Paul's haven't started. I suspect St Paul's haven't rowed this. They were due to be in this race between Hatfield and Tyne. And I would expect them, because they were within half a second of behind Eton at the school's head, I'd expect them to have tonked all the way down and overtaken people. And they know this water, they would not have gone the wrong way. And there were three crews converging on the Black Boy. Yes. You can see the two leading eights coming closer together as they all want to get onto that one bit of water.
They want to get out in the middle, away from those boys.
Yes. So it's another crew in green and white, which will be Exeter. And they're leading Reading with the white with the diagonal blue stripe. And I think they've overtaken the second of the Tyne boats. So the first crew down green and white is Exeter 122.
Yeah, and they're followed by
Reading.
Reading, which will be 121.
And then Tyne.
And then, as you say, Tyne 120 is 120.
So the first of those two crews have had a lovely time overtaking, and Tyne have just not had a good day, I'm afraid. Let's hope they had a good row, even if they got overtaken. Then in blue and white, that could be Royal Chester. Is that 123? 123 it is.
123, indeed it is.
Royal Chester.
Royal Chester A. Or B, rather. That should be Royal Chester B.
And then, the lovely colours of Christchurch, the bright yellow tops. You can see these because they do coastal rowing and upriver. And that kit can be seen from miles. So the brightly coloured crew coming on your screens now is Christchurch.
I think,
with a couple
Matthew,
of
the
hoops.
chap who's in the bow, I think he's obviously went in the wrong wash, because he's slightly paler than the others.
Yes. And therefore the chap at 6 has had that kit a long time. It's a badge of honour to have your kit distinctly faded from sunlight and extra washing, especially with your dark trousers.
Now there's another crew coming down with...
That'll be Hampton School, bright yellow. They've had to swerve to avoid the Black Boy.
Yes.
That was not a good manoeuvre.
No.
They almost took out the marshal who's just upstream of the Black Boy. And they've had to steer hard to miss it because they would have been swept underneath it.
And that's crew 126.
There's a bright yellow boat of Espoli with white blades and white kit. Struggling to identify it. Oh, it could be, surely not York, no. That could be York City Rowing Club. But they're black, gold and purple.
That looks
126.
Is that 125?
125.
Which would be
Tyne then.
Tyne.
That's Tyne, okay. And then Oriel Kensington coming down with the green and pink blades.
On the far side.
And then 129, which is this is the York City crew.
Yeah.
They always had white singlets with diagonal purple, black and gold bands. So now they're all wearing black.
Yes,
just to help.
Confuse us.
Cardiff University alumni I'm guessing they'll be the crew in red. So coming down past the black boy, 130, Cardiff University alumni. And here's the company crew. This is the Hsbc rowing club, the last of the company rowing clubs. I think that'll be them.
I think you're right there, yes. Well, crew 131
Yep.
is just passing the second of the yellow boys.
And they're chasing Cardiff down. They've done well, actually. They disappointingly, they won't quite see Cardiff.
No.
They're gaining more now as
Yes.
they come down the
way.
boys and the boat houses, but they'll just start to see them towards the finish. It's remarkable how long the boat houses go on for when you're being overtaken, and how short they are when you're overtaking.
And the next crew is going to be, I think it could well be 134, but I may be wrong.
I'm going to take a guess at Fulham Reach, 128.
128, I think you're right.
Fulham
Matthew.
Reach Boat Club,
Yeah.
that one. They've been overtaken by a few, and they're coming down in a very sedate manner and very comfortable rowing. And then on the wrong side of the river,
Yes.
I'm guessing that'll be the German crew.
Yes, they're lucky to
This
avoid.
they have
Fulham
those
Flats.
right. They will not get a good time. They've investigated Fulham Football Club quite closely, and over the flats, the water does not move. I don't know if anyone has been beached on the Fulham Flats on the way upstream. It's not a good thing to do.
No, well, years ago I was marshalling up there, and an 8 did actually go under the marshal boat.
Oh, no, that's not good. Okay, now we have a few more of the foreign crews, and sadly that most of them seem to have blue colours. I think this is Club d'Aviron Vevey on Lake Geneva, or Lac Clément in Switzerland. They're the ones with the light blue and white blades. So they're just coming down to the black buoy. They've held their position. And then blue with red tips. I was expecting blue blades with red tips to come down, but I can't see those. That would be the Polytechnica Ruder Club Zurich. Instead of which, so that's 132, which is Westphalen. So that's the German crew that cut the corner. Then we've got 138, I think.
Yes, that looks like 138 to me. And they're followed by 13...
Which is Van Mildert, another one of the Durham colleges.
135, which is
And then-
King's College A.
Ah, yes, so King's College have been overtaken by a few. That's the crew with the black kit. And Van Mildert, which is one of the Durham colleges, has done some overtaking. They've done well. And then in bright orange, that will be the Lee. So they've overtaken a few. And then we've got yellow, white and black blades. That could be Polytechnica RC Zurich. So Polytechnica Ruder Club Zurich from Switzerland, of course. That's
Right, on the far side we've got...
Oh no, it's
138,
147.
and then we've got 142 on this side, which is University of Surrey. B
You're right,
crew.
thank you, Robert. That's put me right.
And then they're followed by 137, St Cuthbert's.
Then at last, here's the set of blades with black with red tips.
Yes.
That's the Polytechnica Zurich.
You've got 134 now.
Yes. In the white boat with the yellow stripes down their arms, that's the Swiss crew.
And they, in turn, are followed by
Black and gold.
141, is that? It could be York.
That's
University,
York again.
York University A. And then in the Vespoli 140, which is Gray's College A.
Which is another one of the Durham clubs, of course. So you'll hear another Durham club quite a lot today. Is this Hampton coming down again? 17.
It could well be.
138.
138, which is another. It's the Van Milden Boat Club. It's another Durham crew, and on the outside of them is 144 Glasgow University B crew.
Glasgow University overtaking, but sadly again they're on the wrong side to get the benefit of the stream.
And
this is
passing the yellow boy.
143. This is Twickenham.
It's Twickenham Rowing Club.
It's good to see Twickenham back on the water again. Quite often I haven't seen them for a while. So there's a bit of a lull here. Has there been any update on the times, or they're still the same? Brooks thought they were, wow. Oh no, that's a pity. So Oxford Brooks, their ambition was to get 4 crews in the top 10, and they're just half a second away from getting it. They were very, very close. Sorry, something's just changed on there. I obviously touched something on the laptop and it's all gone. Never give an old man a laptop, it always goes wrong. So now we have the next cruise coming down. Just to check, there's a dark boat here with white tips to the blades, and that could well be Glasgow University.
I think yes, it looks like 144 to me. Oh no, perhaps not. Wait a minute.
146 it is, isn't
146.
It? That's Trinity College, Oxford. I'm sorry I did them a disservice.
Yeah.
So that's the Ox, not the Jocks. And there's a bright yellow boat when you see this, which is Minerva Bath. Bright yellow boat, bright yellow kit, bright yellow blades. There's no mistaking them in glow-in-the-dark equipment.
Yep. We'll just confirm the number when they get past us, but we think it's 145.
That has to be Minerva Bath 145.
They're going rather sedately, I would have thought, but there we are. Perhaps they're getting tired.
And then they're followed by City of Bristol, who are on a very good course. And then there are 2 crews coming down who are having a real scrap, but sadly they're on the wrong side of the river.
But the one nearest
so City of Bristol are the green crew with the white diagonals, just coming past the boats now. On the far side of the river, I'm guessing that's Hampton and Nottingham Rowing Club on this side. So that's the combination of Nottingham Boat Club and Notts Britannia. They've just overtaken Hampton School, but both crews have cut the corner a bit.
149 on this side and 148 on the far side.
So although they took the shortcut, it's not the quickest way. And then there's a long gap, and I like seeing a long gap because that normally means there's going to be a knot of crews coming down together, and there are 4 boats, five boats fighting it out.
Now.
So on the far side, out of the stream, we'd expect this to be Collingwood College, but they maybe. So we got Collingwood College, Cardiff University, Downing, and Strathclyde to pick out here. I can't. That's the Cardiff University senior crew. That'll be in the red boat. So they're second of this knot. So 151 is there. Leading the way down, I think that's Strathclyde. No, Strathclyde are in the white boat.
No.
Sorry, yes.
Can't pick out the number on this. On that.
157 is Edinburgh University. They're tonking past the outside of everything. And the red blades, I believe, is Magdalen College, isn't it?
Downing, I think.
Downing, yes, it'll be Downing College, yes, the purple colours. So Downing College, they've been overtaken by a couple. Strathclyde were leading the bunch, and then Edinburgh University have overtaken their way into that group. They've done well. And then, of course, having had that little knot of boats, we then have a bit of a gap, and we have some blades I don't recognise. Green and white.
Well, there's a mixture of, it's like a mixture of kit in the boat.
I'm thinking Bristol or Exeter.
Could be City of Bristol.
They've lost their bow number.
Yes.
It could be Exeter University 155. Now the sad thing is that's going to cost them 10 quid because all the bow numbers have to be returned. In fact, there are 3 boats coming down, and I don't think there's a bow number with them. They've obviously had a bit of a tangling up.
Yes.
That's Exeter University E crew going down, 155. This boat with red bows and green stern and bright yellow in the middle looks like a Doncaster boat, but they've got different coloured blades. And that's 156.
Yep.
That's Hull University.
Hull University A, and they're followed by...
And they're wearing black armbands.
So Hull University have also got black armbands on today in memory of another
like
student who again
151.
sadly lost their life in the past couple of days. So that's a nice
That
way
Cardiff
they're trying to
University,
pay respect
A
in her
group is
legacy.
going down now.
And this looks like 160. Lady Margaret Hall.
Indeed,
That looks
it
like a
is
nice day
160.
out.
And they're followed by 162,
162, which is Leicester University.
A.
They want to catch them up by the finish. And then the next crew down is that 161? No, that's 163.
It's 163, which is going to
Brasenose.
be Brasenose College A.
Just after the Second War, before the
Now
boat
we've
race
got
was
another-
reinstated, I was told that the Oxford crew represented Brasenose and Christchurch. So they called the crew Christnose.
There's two battling it out, coming down now past the Black Boy. On this side, we've got 157, which is the, I think, 157.
That's 167, I think.
Sorry, no,
That's
you're right,
Merton College.
That's Merton College A, and on the
It's
on the outer of them,
164. Christchurch.
Christchurch.
The other half of the Brasenose crew.
But Merton have now always taken a length on Christchurch A.
And then the white boat with the purple and yellow blades is the University of Manchester. Very distinctive colours there. And then we have, I suspect, Leicester or Leeds. It's Leeds University, 166.
Yep, their B crew.
And then a purple boat. Oh, I'd have said UCH for that, but I think I'm struggling to see their number. Can you see that, Robert?
I can't know.
Purple-
Unfortunately, I
Purple
can't see
and
the
blue.
number.
I always think of as University UCNH, but sorry, I can't see that crew at all. Could be Merton 167. No, we had them.
Unless it's York University A 168, possibly.
I don't think they were in
But
purple.
I'm not sure. That
I'm
that-
thinking this is more York University
Yes,
colours.
the one
This
coming
is York
down.
University with the
168 now.
yellow and gold and black.
It's just passing us now.
So it's process of elimination for who the purple crew was. If anyone knows, please send a note in to Lucinda. Now brown is that Sheffield University, I think, normally, isn't it?
Now we've got, is that 169 that's going there?
Oh, it's the Oratory School. My
The
mistake.
Oratory
Yes, I'm
School,
sorry
right.
about that. The Oratory School.
And they're followed by, I think, 172, which is Royal Holloway College A.
Well done spotting that. I can't actually see the numbers on this. Impressed
We'll
at the
have to
kid.
ask them to,
Old Hawkeye.
We'll have to ask them to
Come closer to
come
the
close
black
to-
boy.
yes, this side,
If they
so
steer
we can
close
see
to the black
numbers.
boy, we can see who they are. If they're on the wrong side of the river, it's very, very tricky.
Yes, because the old commentator's eyes are going, that's the problem.
174.
174.
That's
will be
Emmanuel Boat
College.
Club.
Yes, A. And they're followed by 173, which is Balliol College A.
Then in bright yellow,
And with a no number, another
That-
£10 has gone.
sad to say, I don't recognise that at all. Must apologise. It could be Harriet Watt, actually, 177. Yes, that could be Harriet Watt. But that's a shot in the dark. We'll come back to that. 175 here with the green, blue and red blades alongside 171, I think it is. 171 is Hatfield from Durham and 175 is Corpus Christi.
A,
And there are two.
followed by 170.
Oh no, these are the two Corpus Christi,
Sorry,
surely. 179, who's the,
that's Jesus.
that's Jesus. Of course, they used to have quartered black and red.
And the one in front of them was 176.
In the red boat is therefore the other Corpus Christi boat.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Then we've got two crews having a good old race down here. They're coming towards the the yellow buoy. Blue, yellow and white. Blades, University of Surrey it could be. 182 on this side. Yep, that's University of Surrey on this side. And they're overtaking 177, which is the Harriet Watt crew in green. Indeed. Sorry, not yellow.
And then we have
and after that, nice relaxed passing of the crews. We have 5 or 6 crews coming down together. Oh, right together.
Now the
leading them down in dark blue. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, I think it could be, is it 181?
184, 181.
181, do we think?
Worcester University.
Worcester University A, that could be. No.
Then 3 crews abreast, leaving plenty of room for another 2.
Yes.
So the crew on the far side is a long way away from us.
So then
inside them is 180 in the white boat, and then 186.
Which is Imperial College
So
D.
it's Bournemouth University is the crew that's got its nose ahead.
187 is Fitzwilliam College on this side, and the blue boat on the far side, I can't see the number, I'm sorry.
And the Imperial College medical crew was in the yellow boat. So if you can still see the picture of those, that was the yellow boat there. Now these blades are Bournemouth University, that's 186.
Which is Imperial
that says
College
Imperial D, I don't believe it. That looks like a 2 at the end, so it's 192. Is that King's? In red blades? Yes, it could be.
Yes, could well be, as you say.
Now, do you remember we struggled with purple and blue blades before? We've now got a purple crew.
Is that 192, do we think?
I'm guessing it looks like a 2 at the end, which would be King's College.
Yes, I thought we'd already had them, but never mind.
And I'm thinking King's Cambridge, is it? Thank you. Thank you. So that's what young minds are for, it's to tell us when the old ones go wrong. And we have, coming down towards the black buoy, the crew with the green and white diagonal blades. That is Exeter University. I'm confident in that one because I didn't go to Exeter. No, Exeter is always green. And then we have 2 crews having a real dust up with red kit on as they come down towards. So that's Exeter University passing Imperial College. I'm not sure at what point you get to see the boats, but this is crew 182. Sorry, 193. Really am losing it. 193 is Exeter University. Then coming down towards us in bright red tops.
On the far side.
That'll be
194, is that? Birmingham University?
Yes, that's Birmingham University. Yes, good spot.
191
on this side.
Butler College.
Butler College. That's another Durham crew. Yes. And then we have...
And they're followed by...
London School of Economics, I believe. Which makes sense because they got purple in, so it's LSE.
196, do we? That one, I think.
Looks like between Brooks is 15, but only 2 seconds
Wow. And then we have another crew going down, that's 190.
Which will be University College A.
So they've had a few boats go past.
Then there's another.
Wow, I've just been told in the top 15 crews, 5 of them are from Brooks.
Oh.
So a third of all the boats. Wow.
And then we've got a crew in yellow.
Another crew who've lost 10 quid in bright yellow. I'm taking a stab at Sydney Sussex. No, that's the crew behind. Sydney Sussex is the white boat with the red tip blades in blue. So that would make, it's not Collingwood College. I'm not sure. It could be East Anglia University.
No, it's 198, I think.
Okay.
Which will be Sydney Sussex.
Sydney Sussex. Now you can now see the difficulty some of us have as we get a bit older. We can't see the numbers and the clubs have all changed their colours. And there's a disaster going past in the white boat. We'll come to that in a moment. This is 199, which is Magdalen College. And then sadly, for 195, that's Liverpool John Moores. There's been a bit of a disaster between 3 and 4.
Yes.
So 2 of them are having to sit and be carried along by the other 6.
Yes.
They will not live this down
No,
for the whole of their rowing lives.
There
This
might
will,
be a bit of dancing down the riggers afterwards.
and you're not allowed to jump out of the boat anymore. It's the most uncomfortable thing to do, to sit there stationary while everybody rows, but you have to do it. Then we have 197 Collingwood B. They're coming down.
200.
And then the bright blue boat, East Anglia University, who've overtaken a couple of crews. They're having a good day out. The really bright blue boat is crew 200. Then we have 201 and 203 coming down, which is Durham University C and Sheffield City. Sheffield City are the red tops with the quartered blades, and Durham University on the far side with the purple blades, if I can call Palatine blades purple. And then a pause for breath. And at this point, a quick drink is called for. There's nothing like a glass of slightly warm water. So we've got another couple of crews coming down. Some of the coxes have steered really good lines down this course, especially the Imperial ones, but some are far too far over the far side. Sorry, I'm just having a little pointed comment as one of them walks past me. So we now have coming down here the light blue tops. That's crew 207, which is Cambridge 99. City of Cambridge, of course, are the ones with the hoops around the middle on dark kit.
Like is it 206,
206 or 205 on the far side.
Which is...
It's not Furnival.
No, it's...
So it's Chesterton
Chesterton
Rowing Club.
Which I'm...
And another cloud passes over. That's the second one today. It's just not on, is it?
Now
Crew 204.
Putney Town.
That's Putney Down, of course, based at Chiswick. And then Crew 208 coming past us. That's Canterbridgian. Now looking up the river, there are still loads of boats coming round the bend. We've still got another couple of hundred to go. We're coming down to 206.
Which is going to be...
That's another Chesterton crew.
Yeah.
The B crew has gone quicker than the A crew.
Indeed.
I'm so pleased to see that. It's always good fun. And crew 209.
Which is going to be
Milton Keynes with the bright green blades. That's Milton Keynes in the black boat with the green blades. And then we got another clutch of crews, 4 together, coming down towards the Black Boy. Oh, I was hoping for Major Invicta on my list, but that's not them. They normally have a bit of purple on them. So crew 2...
211, do we think?
I think it's 211. So that's
that could be
Peterborough City.
Peterborough City.
Yes, that's blue and yellow. Peterborough City coming down, ahead of crew 202, which is Gray's College, one of the other Durham colleges. And then 212, they're getting a bit shuffled here, is Weybridge Rowing Club.
Yeah.
That looks, and then on the far side, they've got Durham coloured blades. I can't quite see the number though. It'll be another Durham college, which probably puts that as Gray's College. No, we had them.
No, 213 is just passing us. That's Cardiff City A.
Yes. And we're due to have the Navy coming down as well, 214. This looks like a gig pulling style. I'll put a shilling on this being the Navy. They're second of the Armed Forces, racing for the Armed Forces Trophy. That's a good solid pull. Good solid pull.
That's the Royal Navy and Royal Marines.
I think there's an element of naval cutters being pulled along there. It's a slightly different style, but it's still equally effective. Then there's a bit of a gap, so they've obviously pulled away, and we've got 2 boats coming down, which, according to the rules, should be York against Vesta, but it certainly isn't. I think on the far side could be Sub Rosa. And on this side could be Quintin, because the blue tops with the white diagonals in the yellow boat is Quintin. And 217 on the far side? No.
217 on the far
That's
side.
Sub Rosa.
218 on this side.
Which is Quintin.
So
the yellow boat with blue tops is Quintin, and then the pink tops on the white boat is Sub Rosa. Then we have Vesta, who I think, hang on, that's 216. They've been overtaken by both Sub Rosa and Quintin. And then on the far side, that's York City Blades. So that's York City.
That's going to be 219 on the far side.
219, York City A. And this is, on this side, that's the other York City crew, which is York City C, who started at 215. And they've been overtaken by their A crew, who started 5 places behind them. I think the A crew had a point to prove, don't you?
I do think they did.
And I think they proved it. And actually, this is the longest period without sun I can remember today. So over there we have white tops with blue hoops and blue and yellow blades. 228?
There isn't a
There is no
228.
228. I'm struggling with that crew. Really sorry, I can't pick out that crew
I'm
number.
afraid we've lost. They've gone past us.
But City of Oxford, another club that hasn't changed its colours for a long, long time, very easily to identify. So that's the blue, white and red with a diagonal stripe across the blades. So that shouldn't have been Cambridge 99 ahead.
That would have been 221 was Cambridge 99.
It shouldn't have been Newark, they're the wrong colours. Okay, no worries. We will try and work it out. Then we have light blue. .221. That's the nines.
Yes,
there.
Cambridge 99.
And then 224 on this side,
is
which is Newark.
And they are followed by, it looks like,
226, 225. That could be London Otters, 225.
Yes. Could well be.
No, I think London Otters is just coming. I'm not sure who that is.
No, I'm
Looks
afraid
like
I can't.
Looks like Horse Ferry colours, but they're not around anymore.
No. Oh well, they've gone past us now.
No,
so we'll
sorry
have
about that. One
sorry,
crew
we didn't tell you who they were.
This is why you need a bow number and you need to be close to the black boy, so we can see who you are.
Exactly.
Just for your moment of glory. Now
there's two, just to confuse us, there's two white boats with...
I've got a shilling on one of these being Heart of Scotland, and I think they lost their number before they went afloat, so I put a cardboard number in to make sure.
225, I think, is on the outside,
Which is the Otters, isn't
which
it?
is
Yes,
the
that's
Otters.
London Otters on the far side.
And I would say possibly the other one is...
I'm thinking Heart of Scotland.
Yes, I think you could well be right.
We'll find out if we're wrong when they turn up later.
Yes.
So
And
222?
And then we have...
No, 227.
227. Oh no, it couldn't be
Can't
that.
be 227.
232, I think that is.
It's 232.
Which is
So that's
Leeds Rowing
The
Club.
white blades. Well, there's a shock. This could be another Otters crew, couldn't it? No. Oxford Academicals, I'm guessing, on this one.
233, this, if it's Oxford Academicals.
233.
It should be 233.
I think that's 231. That's Worcester.
Yeah,
That is
Worcester A. Worcester A.
Excuse me.
And they're followed by 220. Is it 220?
I'm thinking 230, Sons of the Thames.
Sons of the Thames, that is. Yes, it is Sons of the Thames. 230.
Are you hoarse? Are you hoarse? Have you lost your voice after no, well done. That looks like Walton, just going down there with those blades. So 233.
That would have been 236 just gone down there. And it's
234 the black with green crew.
That's
and
Trafford. And then we got
and then
235
on this side, 235
Poplar
Blackwell.
And 237 on the far side.
Which should be
St Andrews.
St Andrews.
St Andrews.
Hence the saltaires on the blades. And then having a lovely sedate row. Coming down behind them is 22.
No, I think it's 236, is it? Could it be 236? They've got
not Walton. No, Walton have been through already.
No, that's Walton, you're right. I can't see that.
That's Signet.
Unless it's Signet. Yeah, Signet.
Having had a very sedate row down the course.
Indeed.
When they come 10 positions out of place, it's a bit tricky to find out who they are, isn't it? So in black and yellow, that could be a Glasgow crew. Have they got red stripes? No. 239, do you think?
Well, if it's two, could be Southampton.
I think it is.
Yes, 239.
And then on this side,
it's 238.
238, which is
Collet.
Which
Collet A.
is the St Paul's
Old Boys, isn't it? Yes.
And someone didn't get the email about which kit to wear in that crew.
No, there's obviously a lot of confusion.
But they both pulled away from the crews behind, so they're having a good day. If you've got pictures of what's happening on the water, you can see the organised chaos that is crews returning to the start, coming into land on the Putney embankment, people carrying boats, people sitting around watching the entertainment and getting in the way. And you can tell who's had a good outing and who's had a bad outing by how politely they ask people to move away out of the way.
No, we've got
so at the Black Boy, the entertainment continues.
Two more
I'm going to take a stab at East India Club because I have never seen these colours before. Is that 240 on this side?
240. No, that's on the far side.
240 on the far side is East India Club. And 245 on the near side in yellow is the Scottish Argonauts, of course.
And 240 would have been the East India Club.
Strongly. That's really good.
Yes.
The Scottish Argonauts having a lovely time there.
Yes, they're pushing away the East India Club.
And they've now got their noses ahead. They can really smell the pain and the fear.
Indeed. No.
Down this end of the rowing order, you rarely get a crew that you can hear as they go across the water. The noises are completely different from these crews. And you start to get the squeaks and grunts of weary equipment joining in.
That could be. We've got 243, is that?
Wassersportverein Alt-Wernbuchen. They're from Hanover. They've had a very nice trip down, and their kit is dark blue, green and white, which looks about right.
And they're followed by 241.
They're Swiss. Rudekub Talwell.
No, 241 is Eton
241, sorry.
Is
Eton Excelsior, of course it is. The blue and yellow blades, that's Eton Excelsior.
And then we have two boats together.
The red, white and blue blades on the far side are the Talwell. They're like the US blades. That's Rudekub Talwell, which
and
is from
242 on this side, which
Lake
is Globe
Zurich in Switzerland, and it's Globe on this side. So crews from across the globe and Globe. And then on this side, is that Twickenham with the pink stripe?
No.
246.
If it's 246, it's going to be
Twickenham with the pink stripe.
That's going to be Twickenham. Indeed, it is.
And we've only got 50 more boats of the men's. Then we've got another 20
then
of the
we've
women's.
got the women's to come.
So once they start coming down, they come down thick and fast. So we haven't seen any change in the times because it was a win for Brooks, Leander just second, and obviously Fulham have scored a goal because a big cheer from over there.
Indeed.
And Leander third, Brooks fourth, and Molesey fifth. And that's coming past the Black Boy 247.
247, which is going to be Tyne, their E crew.
And they've got 400 yards of clear water ahead of them and 400 yards of clear water behind them. So they've had a lonely row down the course. Always amazed how everything works together here,
yes.
and all the people manage to get away, get the boats carried away. There's so many people around. This is a black and red crew coming down. 249
is this? Oxford Academicals, could that be?
That looks promising. And then in blue.
And then that'll be 248, I think, and that's the RAF.
That's the third of the Armed Forces crews. Flying down the river. Sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, not a good remark, that one.
And that looks like Gloucester kit, is that?
No, that could well be is that 252?
251.
Or 251 is Gloucester Rowing Club. And then there's another gap.
252 should be Cambridge with a hoop round the middle.
Yes. And if it is them, they're doing it relatively sedately.
Yes, there's a big old gap behind the Gloucester crew. Now the blades on the far side are green. That's not City of Cambridge.
No.
That could be no, surely not St Cuthbert's. Could be. That's Trafford.
Yes, I think
that's Trafford Rowing Club.
250.
250.
Trafford Rowing Club 250, and they're followed by 254, which is Glasgow University Sea Crew 254.
Little do they know it, but they could catch them by the finish if they gave it some.
Yes, I think they might have to work a bit harder though. Now we have another boat, unfortunately with no number.
But that looks like Bournemouth University kit. Brightly coloured blades, so
which could be 255.
The blue kit with the yellow and red stripe down the side. And then the pale blue, is that Glasgow? Or?
That could well be Glasgow, but no. Wait a moment.
250? No, we've had them. 260, my mistake.
Yes,
that's
and that's Edinburgh University.
I'm really sorry. I must apologise to
and on the far side, it's 258, I think, yes. Which is Wolfson College on the far side. And now coming past the black buoy now.
In white. These look like schoolboys. Is that Emmanuel?
It's
no. 25. Oh, 259. That's École Centrale, the French school. It's École Centrale University Rowing Club. But they look very small. There are 5 Écoles Centrales in France. We're not quite sure if that's from Lille, Lyon, Nantes, Paris, or
They probably don't stand them in grow bags. That's the problem.
No.
Right, now back to the numbers.
Going down here,
255 on this side, which is going to be
St Cuthbert's on the far side, 253. Bournemouth on this side, you're right.
And then
there.
257, which is Emmanuel B. If that's right, am I right? Is that right?
Yes, that makes sense in those colours.
Yeah.
There's another big cheer from Fulham Football Club. That must be for this crew coming down here. Is that Warwick University?
Yes, 261.
261 Warwick University. Can you just move the two chatty ones off?
Hey, what's the plan?
And we have a crew coming down in bright pink kit.
Yes,
who do we think this could be?
It is very violent pink kit. That
it is very, very pink kit.
And they've got black, looks like black hoops.
And it has hoops on as well. So that eliminates, I think that's Fitzbilly's, isn't it? 26. 269, they've overtaken a lot. That's Churchill.
That is Churchill College.
Churchill College. They've overtaken quite a few.
And
Scared
it
them
looks as
away
though
with
that
pink.
that looks like
265 behind them.
following them, which is going to be Cardiff University again. And they
Then 262. They've overtaken a lot. that
Yes.
crew in pink. This is York.
262 York City.
Oh, there's Bowman's off his seat.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's crying.
Not too good, not
No,
too
he's, no,
happy.
he's doing his hair. My mistake. Sorry. It's always a good
and then
thing
we've
to
got,
do.
it looks like 259. No, we've had them.
26.
Is that
269,
69? So that's another Churchill College. And then we've got
264.
Horr,
on this
which is
side.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, and in yellow on the far side, 67.
That could be Lineker.
It is Lineker. That's an Oxford college, of course.
And then we've got 271. Is that
Which is St.
271?
John's College.
St. John's College.
From Durham, I believe, that one as well.
Yes, another Durham
Yes.
crew.
Sorry, I forgot to say another Durham
Yes,
crew.
indeed you did. Now we've got
272 on the far side.
272, which is going to be Leeds University, and
263.
262.
Fitzbilly's being, yes, that's
Yes,
Fitzwilliam.
263, which is going to be Fitzwilliam,
And then 268-ish, I think. As in,
which is
oh, it's
Imperial College.
Hence the noise.
Hence the noise on
Yes.
the balcony here.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense suddenly. Just to remind you that the trophies, you've got trophies for all sorts of different categories. So the fastest crew was Oxford Brooks, that'll get the Fairburn Trophy. Then you have the non-tidal Thames, which will go to the Leander crew. You'll get the tidal crew, which will be, I haven't seen a tidal crew come down, so somebody else will have won the tidal event. And universities, which will probably be Brooks, because you have to nominate if you're entering the universities crew. Then you get the small clubs, medium-sized clubs, and that's if they haven't come in the top 200 or the 100 in the last 5 years. You get the armed forces and you get the lightweight crews. So all sorts of different categories of race being run here, but mostly people want to know their position in the running order.
Now we've got looks like 270.
If it's 270, that's
which is
Cardiff
another
University.
Cardiff University, and on the far side,
277,
which is Bristol University.
And Bristol are looking intent on taking out Cardiff University.
Yes.
And they may yet have a clash before the finish.
Yes, they're getting a bit close.
No, Bristol have steered away now. But they're on the wrong side, but they will get through before the finish.
Now there's another gap. As we get down the numbers, the gaps tend to get bigger. Two crews almost neck and neck, but I think the one on the far side has pulled ahead very slightly.
Well, you'll get to the
I can't see the number on the far. 274
on this side.
Which will be Leicester University.
Yes, that looks promising.
Could that be 272 on the far side? No.
Could be 272, which is Leeds going past them. No, it's not Leeds. That could be 262 then.
Yeah, which will be York University.
And then in blue and yellow coming up behind them, 263?
Could be 263, which, well, we've had
Fitzwilliam.
No.
No, in the blue and yellow, so I can't pick out those. And then we have 276 coming down there. I'm really mixed up. That's the Royal Veterinary College.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple more coming down. There's a crew on this side in blue and red that's overtaking rapidly. That's crew 26. Surely not. Is it 283?
283 on
That's
this
Darwin
side.
College on this side.
And I think it could be
271 on the far
which
side.
Which is St John's College.
Which is St John's College B crew. So Darwin are overtaking the crew that started 11 ahead of them there. That's why they're scything past quickly. Really good thing to do at the finish. And the red and white blades, you've got 278, I think that is. Which will be
Queen Mary. Yes, 278.
And they've been left in the cold a bit because everyone's either gone away from them or not caught them up. And now we come to the white boat, which is on a good course, and then there's a yellow boat following that's on not such a good course. This is 279. Could be York St John's. Yes, that looks familiar.
279, I think you're right. Unfortunately, I can't see the one on the far side.
But it looks like Gloucester kit.
But
it may not be.
No, there isn't it. No, I'm afraid I can't pick that out. Unless it's Darwin College, unless it's 283. But I don't think it is.
We had Darwin, I think.
Yes, I think you're right.
Terribly sorry, they've had their moment in the light, overshadowed by not being able to be picked out. As 3 crews come down, I do hope you got a picture of this one, line across the river. 2 crews leading neck and neck, and another crew
no
3/4 of a length behind. And it looks like one of them has sacrificed £10 with their number.
Yes, that's the crew on the inside. Unfortunately, I can't pick out the numbers for the other 2 crews.
Goodness. It's a cracking race, but it's a long way across the river.
Indeed.
And the crew in the middle doesn't stand a chance of coming through. He's actually the one that's going quickest, because he's now only half a length behind the 2 leading ones. But
well, I suppose it could Bournemouth. Is that one of those? Could be Bournemouth, could it? 281, possibly?
No, I don't reckon it. Not Bournemouth blades. It could almost be Signet, but
no, there isn't. No, I can't see one either.
This is 284. This looks more Bournemouth. This is the Imperial Medical College.
That's the Imperial Medical College coming down now. And this could be
267, that, isn't it?
Is that 267 or 287?
Let it be 287.
287, which is LSE C crew.
287. And they've overtaken the other LSE crew,
which is 288
following them.
Yeah.
But their blades are all different colours, so it's... Actually, no, that is Bournemouth. That's 281, that's Bournemouth D.
Ah, right.
With the tipped blades and the white on them.
Yep, that's correct.
So that's the white boat, Bournemouth D. So that means the other LSE crew is just coming to the Black Boy now, because they've got the same yellow tipped blades.
Yeah.
So this will be 287.
It should be, as you say.
LSEC. Oops, and 3 man's just come off his chair as we look at him.
Oh dear.
Just
yes. He's fighting to get back on.
4 stopped to help him. Oh dear. That's not an auspicious end to the race. And once you come off,
286, definitely.
Once you come off, it can be a bit terminal, can't it? And that looks like Ross kit. Is that 290?
If it's 290.
Sheffield Hallam. There we go. So Sheffield Hallam going past the crew with the wounded 3-man. And this is 296. They've done well. That's Queen's Cambridge.
That's Queen's College Cambridge.
They've done very well. They've roared through some people.
Yes, indeed they have.
Brightest boat of the day. That is a very, very bright boat. And I'm guessing 291 for them. That's Sheffield University.
Yes, Sheffield University, B crew.
And now, as the bank starts to be busier than the river, we're getting towards the end of the cruise. This is 295.
If that's 295, it would
Warwick
be Warwick
University with white blades. Okay.
And we've got 297.
297, which is the Champions of the Thames from Cambridge.
And they're going to be followed by 2.
That looks like Agecroft. It is Agecroft D.
Yes, 282.99.
Towards this end of the race, you start to recognise the colours, don't you?
Yes.
Of some of them. 293 at a guess here.
Yes, and I think that's Southampton University.
Because they've got the yellow stripe down the side. Okay, have you got a list of them? Great, okay. Okay, fair enough. That's because you unplugged it, because the cable was too short.
Yeah, so I might.
So 296.
If it's 296, we've had.
Queens,
I thought we'd had
Queens.
I thought we'd had that.
298 then.
If it could be 298, which would be Warwick.
Yes, Warwick Boat Club.
Warwick Boat Club.
That looks like Staines over the far side. It is 300.
It is
That's
300. That's Staines. You're right.
Gosh, I haven't seen Staines. And then followed by Kingston.
Yes.
Two
which
sets
is
of
302.
colours, lovely to see. Washed a set of kit of each of those together, what colour would it come out? I can tell you the only way to fix Kingston hoops so they don't go pink and pink is to soak them in salt.
Can I borrow, are these both used? Can I borrow some
Cups
water?
not. Yeah, certainly. Now we've got a race on our hands coming down here. The white boat just has the lead, but that's 301.
Well, looks like 301. Looks like
303 is coming up
on this
far.
side. So 303 is Vesta
on the
E.
far side, and Vesta overtaking them on this side in the silvery coloured boat.
So there'll be a heavy
Let's
roar
call
from
it
the
translucent
Vesta
to save it embarrassment.
balcony now when they come
But
past.
Vesta are just going past their balcony, so they're going to get a real shout. And then coming past us is brown and yellow. That'll be Sheffield University. Something with a 2 at the end of it. That's 292, Sheffield University C.
Yeah. Indeed.
It's so tricky to...
Yeah. So we're now down into the last 10 of the men's cruise, and then we've got another 20 coming down with the women's cruise, following on as the event, and actually they do look good. There are some good crews coming down in the women's race. That looks promising. So we can see right up to Hammersmith Bridge from here. You can see
Now we've
suddenly
got
a whole set of crews in a straight line.
304 going past us, I think.
304 would be Mersey.
Mersey A. And they're going to be followed by 307. Is it 307?
Oh, Shoreham, yes.
Shoreham
it is.
A. Going past us now. Then we've got
Struggling with this one with red blades.
Yes,
I'm guessing London Otters.
that's
No, it's not. It's 294. My
That-
goodness.
University
That's
College.
University College D crew.
Yes,
They have been overtaken by a
yes,
boatload of
yes,
people.
and lot of people.
Bless. They're getting value for money for time on the water. That's all I'll say.
Yes, indeed. Now, this looks like
This looks like AK. Royal Kensington, which is 306 if it is there.
Yes.
Which is 4 crews from the end. Shoreham have gone through.
Yep.
We haven't seen Furnivall, Putney Town or City of Bristol.
No.
But that's Oriel Kensington, the white boat with the green and pink blades.
Yes, that's definitely Oral Kensington.
And actually for crew 300, that's a good little looking crew. They're moving.
Now, whether if that was the last of the main
I
head
think
boats,
that's
oh no, there's a couple
Coming
more.
down to the Black Boy, there are 2 or
Yes,
3 more crews.
coming, yeah.
One of them's going over Fulham Flats to make sure they take a bit longer.
Yes.
In fact, they are right on the far side of, oh dear me.
They might come to a shuddering halt in a moment.
I have been beached on the Fulham Flats twice. Once was 2 minutes after the first time. The Cox was not forgiven, ever. And then rowing back up is a sad sight. It's 7 men rowing and the Cox holding the spare blade. That will not be a comfortable row back up.
No, it's a
where
long
they
way to
voted
go.
from. Even worse, the chap who's got to run back up the towpath
Yes.
will be having a bad day. So now in in green and yellow, is that 308?
No, according to this, we
No,
haven't
they
got a.
scratched. That was the London Otters
We
crew.
could try 309. Is that
309 Furnivall.
Furnivall?
Yes, that would be right. Furnivall from Hammersmith,
Yep.
and that's their B crew coming down.
And then
on
we've
the
got a
far
crew-
side of the river. No, that's where London Otters will be.
Where
There.
it's unrecognisable because we can't pick
the
out the
kit's
colours
London
or the
Otters
number.
They're having a lovely day, and they were much more interested in the football match. They've gone over that side to hear the comment.
Yes. I'm not quite sure who Fulham are playing today, so.
And the last crew down should be either Putney Town or City of Bristol.
No, I'm afraid I can't pick that number out. It's just that little bit too far away.
I'm going to say with authority that's 305 London Otters.
London Otters, yes. Could
No one can contradict me.
No.
But this looks like Putney Town. And Bowman's off his seat, bless him.
Yes.
That's not going to be a comfortable day. Though the women's crews will be coming down now. You can see a lovely line of fast crews coming. That's
And
really-
yes, we've got 310 struggling down the last
This is Putney Town in
Putney
blue.
Town in blue.
Yellow boat.
And then there
Bellman's
might
back
be.
on his seat, so they're going much better.
Oh, no, he's picked up. Yes, they picked up the rate now.
It'd be better if he was in time. Oh no, he's rowing fixed seat.
No,
He's
yes,
still off his chair, so he's got a
given-
real.
Yes.
That actually is the first person that's come off their chair that's
And
actually
done
bothered
it.
to row. Well done, you. And then the final boat down is City Bristol D. This will be crew 311 with the green and white blades.
Yeah.
And that is the last of the men's crews, unless they've overtaken everyone. Then there'll be a short gap because the women's crews will be going well. So we brought back an expert witness.
Yeah, I'll come back and probably know a little bit more about the women's cruise than the men's cruise.
Certainly you'll know more about the cruise than we do.
The Tideway Skies A should be coming down first, they're coached by here as well. They've had really great last couple of seasons. They won Club 8 at Mini Meeting Scrabble last year and had an 8 qualifying in Ramadan.
On screen you're seeing...
Bit of a delay.
Oh, I see, yeah. That's the red blades, that was London office on the far side of the river.
The Tideway Skies are just coming to you now.
Oh, that's good. Yes, that's a much better crew. You can see the quality of the rowing straight away. It's really good, solid crew. And they're a long way ahead of the second crew. Long way ahead.
Yeah, they would definitely be hoping to be the fastest women's crew today. So they'll be followed by Oxford Brooks B. So it looks like Oxford Brooks haven't sent their A crew down. Rerun as such today, but who will have a B crew from them. And their women's squad doing very well as well.
Okay. And the events that they're racing for here are distinctly different. This is the Scullers are racing for the senior trophy. There's a club challenge trophy, a challenge academic trophy, and an open. And then there's a masters as well. So these would have been all the events they had a couple of weeks ago if they had the races run. But Scullers are going down, very solid crew as they go down towards the finish. And they're being chased by the Brooks B crew, who are just coming to the Black Boy now.
So it looks like Tideway Skies have really had a very good race here. Brooks B crew just ahead of me now.
Actually, they look to have quite big gaps because there's a long gap to the next crew, which should be Headington.
Who's coming down today?
Gosh.
Henley Rowing Club are another very strong junior crew at the moment, but
They're not in it, are they?
haven't sent them.
They had 2 8s, I think, didn't they, that were very strong.
Yeah.
Yes, there's the Brooks crew just going down towards the finish. Which is Brooks B.
Headington now continue in the blue boat here. They've had a very good last 10 years or so on the island. They had a 9-year streak of wins.
Okay,
at
so that's Scullers crew.
the Nationals with Regatta. Just sadly got beaten and they had a few top athletes were injured last year.
It's Scullers and Brooks.
Scullers B. Oh yeah, Scullers B.
So, yes. So Headington are just down at the Black Boy, but there's a real tussle coming down now behind that.
That looks like Vesta actually ahead in the...
Yes, it could be Vesta on the far side. Scullers. So Brooks is the third crew, Scullers is the second crew, and Vesta on the far side. So Vesta have overtaken 2 boats, and they're on just on the wrong side of Scullers. So there's been a Cox's battle down here, hasn't there? So Scullers have got the good water, but Vesta have been overtaking them. It's really good to read into what's happened further up the course when you see this. Brooks just look a little sluggish, don't they, compared to the other 2?
And there's almost clear water now between Vesta and Tideway Scullers.
Yes, there's just enough room to cut in and wash them down.
Indeed.
Which I think Vesta are now doing.
Yes.
That's nicely done. They've got 6 foot of clear water.
So they're
and
now
the
going
Cox has
to
already pulled across to take the best.
take the better
stream.
water.
That's nice steering. Okay. Well, Brooks looked to have pulled slightly away from Agecroft there and caught up slightly on the Scullers crew. But, not a lot in it. And then the next crew is City of Oxford. Oh goodness! And there's a Lee crew that's taken a bit of a detour, and they've been steered out by the marshal to avoid the yellow black boy. So on the far side of the river, City of Oxford, who've cut across the flats quite a bit. This side, and they're the ones with the blue and red with the white diagonal stripe. On this side, you've got the Lee Rowing Club, who have got the prime water. They're really scything through. And then us, Bath University, with the yellow dots on the blades. So blue blades with the yellow dots on. Bath University are dropping back slightly. So Lee have overtaken both of those crews.
Yeah, Lee look like they're moving very well down
and they've got the best water, but City of Oxford have put themselves a little bit out of it. And then Nottingham University are now coming.
Yeah, so I believe Nottingham University will have these black armbands on again today in memory of their squad member Katie.
And you can actually see them clearly on this crew. They've got them on shirt sleeves.
So really lovely way to pay respects and a very sad story. But Nottingham are looking very strong as they come past us now.
It hasn't slowed them down any.
No. But
they're doing well. Nottingham University are now just about caught up with the Bath crew. So they've taken 3 lengths out of them in a quarter of a mile. Brilliant bit of rowing.
We're expecting Putney Town coming soon. It looks like there's quite a big gap.
Not in orange, that looks like the Lee to me.
So it looks that'll be Levy, so then they'll have overtaken Putney Town. But then again, Putney Town colours, I can't see them through these trees.
No, there's
just
Agecroft next. Gosh. We've been sitting here for 2 hours learning club colours.
Yeah.
So we're now
it is a little bit tricky to see. Oh, we've got our boy Rory Cruikshank just come back after a pretty good 13th place earlier on.
Yeah, so coming past the black boy now, we've got the Lee crew. This is the Lee B crew, I think. Just to check, yes, Lee B crew. They're being followed by Agecroft and then Vesta, who have held their order. And it looks like, I would suggest that Agecroft have caught the Lee slightly and Vesta have caught Agecroft slightly, because they're all line astern, but the gaps have closed.
Yes,
I'm going to hear.
As they come past us here, you can see that they are closing the gap. It's good to see the Lee back on the water again after so many years gap.
And performing well.
And indeed performing, as you say, very well.
There'll be a roar from just behind us, just downstream of us rather, as the crew goes past Vesta.
Yes.
Vesta's
ladies about to go past the club now.
It looks like another Tideway Scullers crew.
Yes, that's Scullers Blades.
So it's Tideway Scullers Quinton Composite. Looks like the next crew we would be expecting. It could be Tideway Scullers D otherwise. But they look like they've come a little bit wide down here.
A little bit. Sorry, yes, of course.
A little bit, should we say.
A little bit, yes. Here. So these, of course, are 20 or so women's crews that are racing down the championship course, because the women's head of the river was cancelled due to adverse weather conditions. Yeah. And the Tideway head is allowed to have 420 boats in, so there were 100 spare places. And a few crews have got a chance to row down, but it's really good to see them out.
As we were saying earlier, when you've got 2,800 odd competitors, it is a big issue of safety if there's any doubt. So it was unfortunate, but it's good to see that luckily the weather's held out today. It would have been a very sad day if the weather gods hadn't treated us nicely today. We seem to be lucky.
So Scullers going past the boat houses now.
I have a feeling that could be Scullers D. I can't see any Quinton uni suits.
Scullers already been, one Scullers crew there has been through.
2, then there's...
So this is the Quinton compo, it must be.
Yeah. And then this looks like it could be Liverpool University, I want to say, but not entirely sure. In that navy, I believe that is Liverpool. Yes,
because Marlow will be the red colours with the white tips. So the white boat with the blue flashes on it is Liverpool University. And then you've got red kit and white cornice of the blades. That's Marlow Rowing Club ladies.
Yeah, so they've come a little bit wide, I think, as well.
They're not in the best of water, but they are gaining on the Liverpool University crew.
So I think actually this is the Tideway Scullers Quinton composite. So that was
an alien bit of kit at bow.
Yeah, Tideway Scullers D crew would have been that crew we saw before them. So they possibly overtook then a few crews coming down. They were meant to be starting 340.
Gosh, and the Marlow crew that's just gone down started ahead of Kingston, who are yet to come past us.
Yeah.
So they've gone really well. This is 340.
Yeah.
So this is Scullers D, who've also overtaken the Kingston crew.
Looking very tidy there.
That does look like a nice bit of rowing. And interesting colours of blades.
Yeah. Not really sure who these Scullers crews are.
I'm guessing they'd run out.
There's too many athletes.
Yeah.
Looks like Kingston
This
Rowing
is
Club.
Kingston Rowing Club
yeah.
coming down. That looks neat.
Yeah.
But they have been overtaken by a lot of people.
A crew. And then we're going to have a couple more school crews coming down now. It's going to be 2 Godolphin and Latimer crews and the Headington School B boat to close off racing today. Yeah, so come Godolphin and Latimer. They boat out of the King's Wimbledon boathouse down here on the Putney Embankment. They've had they've been quite successful in recent years. I think more so in the 4s. So it's nice to see them fielding 8s now. I think that's can be a little bit of a problem holding on to full crews of 8s and junior girls rowing, but they're looking very tidy as they come past us now.
And actually, very good courses. Most of these 8s have done really good courses.
Yeah.
With 1, 2 notable exceptions on the
not
card
not
side.
too many people getting stuck in the Fulham flats now,
No.
which is good. I think maybe a good thing we just follow the people in front of you, and if everyone follows the top crews, you'll be all right. But this is Headington School's B crew.
So this will be 343. This should be the last of the crews. I don't think anyone.
I think there's one more Godolphin and Latimer crew coming. So that'll be our last crew. So it looks like Headington School have overtaken the Godolphin and Latimer
the
B
second
crew.
Godolphin Latimer. Okay.
So this will be our last crew of today.
And actually now as you look up the river, you can see all the safety boats in the middle of the river.
Start coming down.
Just starting to come down. This is the one chance they get to come flat. So the ego.
After a lot of sitting around today,
they've sat there,
good fun,
waiting and hoping that nothing happens.
Yeah.
Now they can let rip and tool down the river as fast as they possibly can.
Exactly. So here come Godolphin.
And then they see all the crews rowing back up towards Chiswick and go, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah. Because we have to think. Don't think it'll be the case for any of these, but we've had some tricky weather because, of course, part of the school's head was also cancelled.
Yes.
But all of these 8s, I don't think they'll have had a problem.
Really windy school.
But it was, you could see some very fast times and a couple of records broken, but definitely difficult, especially the marshalling. So they did a very good job to keep everyone safe there.
Now the last crew, that's what you've got on camera now. That's the last Godolphin Latimer crew bringing up the rear for the 2019 Head of the River race.
Yeah.
And their women's crews.
Very funny, isn't it? A junior women's crew finishing us off for today.
Oh, it's good. No, she's not got makeup on it. And if you think the sun has come out again, it's just someone has put a light right by us.
But so that's our last crew for today. So I have a feeling we're still live. I'm not sure if we're expected. We're going to be talking through some of the results a little bit. We're going to get some people on, so that could be. Do you know who we're going to be able to have on? So we'll just grab the results up for you.
The last crew is going down towards the finish now. Literally just passing London Rowing Club as they go down towards Putney Pier.
Yeah.
So we've got the results up. They're obviously still provisional, but they're unlikely to change. The only thing we have to look out for is the column entitled Pen. I would not expect any of the winning crews or the leading crews to be getting penalties for misbehaviour and transgressions. Yeah. So we have provisionally.
I think this has actually changed a little bit.
It has slightly.
It's
0.4 instead of point.
Not the order, but
0.6. So we've got first was Oxford Brooks A. Their time was 17:06.8, so call it 17:07. Then second was Leander A. Their time was 17:15, so 8 seconds behind. Then third.
Ooh, there's only 0.1 between them.
Third was Oxford Brooks B. It was 0.3 of a second between them. It's now been corrected to 0.1 of a second. Wow. So 17:15.2 was Leander A in second. 17:15.3 is Oxford Brooks B in third.
And that is very impressive from Oxford Brooks.
And then Leander B were 5 seconds behind at 17:20. And then Molesey came another 7 seconds behind at 17:27. The Chinese Rowing Federation was 17:31. So Oxford Brooks was 25 seconds ahead of the Chinese Rowing Federation. And their C crew was only 6 seconds behind them. Imperial A in their centenary year, they came 9th, 1743. Newcastle A were just behind them, excuse me, at 1748, and ULA was 1753.
Yeah. So that's our top 10 now. If we move on to the second page.
Excuse me.
See Oxford Brookes University D, so that fourth boat just outside the top 10. I know that's what they were looking to do, but very impressive nonetheless. Followed closely, 0.7 a second behind them, a Leander C crew. Then again, another Oxford Brookes crew, 756.7. So that's top, 5 boats in the top 13 at this, huge national event is pretty impressive. And we've got Thames Rowing Club's A crew following them about 2 seconds behind. And a little bit more of a gap, Molesey's B crew at 1805. So it looks like we've got Thames Rowing Club C listed here before Thames Rowing Club A, but they did 1812. Then CRO Oreo, so Spanish club.
Crew. The Catalan crew.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
The Catalan crew.
I do know a little bit of Spanish, but we're not gonna try any of that now.
It's Club Remo Olimpio Oreo Arancata El Carta.
Ah.
I had it written down.
Yeah. So somewhere. Yeah.
They're just on the top coast of the Catalan coast.
Brilliant.
And then the crew that was just behind them was only 40 kilometres away, but they're way further down the list, I think.
Yeah. So then we've got, following them, Kingston Rowing Club. Nice to see them in the top 20. Oxford Brookes University G. I mean, this is just crazy stuff. I think it looks like they've beaten their F crew by the looks of things.
Yes, that's
Oxford Brookes
only
G.
6 crews, not 7.
And then Commercial Rowing Club Ireland have squeezed into the last spot in the top 20.
They look good as they came down.
Actually, so...
And this is the other Catalan crew, the Honda Ribeira Arancata El Carta. So they were the crew that had green on, the Harriers, the Oreo crew had yellow.
So then we've got
Leon Orange was, they were 18-18. So it's very close, actually.
A lot of close, yeah.
The times are much closer here. They're all tenths of a second separating them. It's very, very tight. So you've got the Spanish Honda Ribeira, then the Lee Thames B, Newcastle University B, Ruder Club Deutschland, that's the one with Vass and Matt.
Oh, I see,
there.
so that's that exit 8.
Tyne Rowing Club A, Scullers A, Eton College did well, that's the first of the school crews.
Yeah.
Quintin and Nottingham University A. So there's only 7 seconds separating all those 10 crews.
So it's nice to see a lot of clubs doing well here, and sort of we keep moving down these odds. So there's the Praha
and then
crew.
So the Czech crew, they haven't done very well. They were good, yes. So that's I've just lost where they are. That was the Hsbc Veselárski Club in Praha. So they have
off
come
12th, but they've come
12th.
31st.
1825 they did, and then there's another gaggle here of crews together: Exeter University A, Durham University A, and Cork. Then Agecroft A, Imperial B, so they've done well in their centenary year. Thames Rowing Club D,
Wilfred Brock there in Imperial
ULB, London A, and Bristol University A. And again, that's only 8 seconds covering those 10 crews.
Yeah.
So they're very close together.
Yeah. We keep moving down, or just
Guys, keep going down.
keep going.
Somebody might be listening who wants to hear.
See if we've had any comments since. We haven't had any comments. Still 323 people watching, so I suppose they're listening. I think we're having a camera being set up to look at us.
You're getting pictures as well, because just the view of the river with all the boats coming in, it's always, I think, it's a great spectacle.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've got the finishing position 41st.
41st.
Yes.
Sounds
41st.
more like it.
So yes, Newcastle University C, followed by Royal Chester, City of Bristol A, Bath Uni A, Glasgow Uni A, Cambridge 99 A, and then the Münchener Rowing Club, then Molesey Boat Club C, Upper Thames A, and then the Commercial B crew. So that's their second crew is in 50th place. And again, that's from 1835 just to 1842, so just 7 seconds covering that 10 as well. It really is tight in this upper echelon, the 30 to 50 group. And then we got the next one's going from 50 down to 60. We're starting to get some B crews in here, and of course E.
Yeah.
So we got Edinburgh University B, Thames E, Leeds University, Oxford Brookes, well F.
So you
of
see
course.
Oxford Brookes F down here, but
that's actually a very slow
pretty
time
sure
for
their their G crew was in the 18th, so I'm not sure. I don't know if they had some trouble there.
And there's no penalty against them either, so this is a natural time, not a corrected time.
We had some
Okay.
issues there.
So Oxford Brooks A, there's City of Oxford, ULBC C, Hampton School, that's a good school result. Quite a way behind Eton though. Then
Yeah.
Avrion Bayonnaise, and when I looked them up, they're a rugby club. I couldn't find any reference to rowing there. And then you've got Rudder Club Nürtingen, well, it's from 1921, let's not do it in German. And then you got the Westfalen, the Akademische
So
Rudder,
a lot of
Rudder
German
Club.
crews here today.
So that's from 1843 to 1859. So they're spreading out a bit now.
Yeah.
That's 16 seconds in that 60. So we're starting to get a bit of
Still
a gap.
even closer through here.
Oh
wow,
my
there's
goodness,
only
2
seconds
seconds.
in the next slot.
Wow, real cluster here. One
Yeah.
bad stroke, and you really know you paid for
Yeah.
it. Oh, I'm spitting on your screen here. Sorry.
Oh,
So
this is really
Imperial F. So Imperial have now got 6 crews in the top 61. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Must be a centenary coming up or something like that. They want a big dinner
Yeah.
tonight,
Yes,
so they've
can't
had
think
to
why.
earn their corn. So on 1859.3 is Imperial F, and matching that exactly is also Vesta's A crew and St Andrews University A crew. 0.1 of a second behind that is Nottingham University B, and 0.6 of a second behind that is the Club d'Aviron Vevey
We
from
do have a little bit of a dead heat
Lachlan
coming up here
in
as well.
Switzerland. And there's another dead, oh my goodness. So half a second behind that was Kingston B, and then
0.3.
0.3 of a second after them was Durham University B, and then equally 0.2 of a second after that was Newcastle University D and the Tyrian A. So they did 19 minutes and 1 second, and then 0.1 of a second behind that was the Scullers B crew. So 2 seconds covering all that lot. And then it carries on because 0.1 of a second after that was the Hellas Titania Berlin Rudder Vereniging.
Huge 1 second gap now.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. Oh my goodness, they were streets
A
ahead.
whole second.
Streets ahead of London B, who were then a whole half second ahead of City Bristol B, who squeezed 0.9 ahead of Nottingham A. No, it's stretching out now. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
not. Sorry, we got so
There's not
1905
yet
Agecroft
Nottingham
B
Rowing
and 0.1 behind them Quintin. So 1/2 missed catch
Yeah.
is the difference there. And then 0.4 of a second to Sabrina. That's the
Shrewsbury
School Old Boys. St Aidan's College from Durham. So just one college from Durham University is up there. That's 1906, 1907 Walton, and then Mulsey D at 1908. So it's a good set of results there, and we're down. That's the first 80, and if we carry on until we've done 100, I think we'll have to
Yeah.
stop after that. Curly Way, and Monmouth
You're here all
A,
day.
Minerva Bath A, the Bessel Club from near Munster, Exeter University B, Nottingham University C, Putney Town, Sheffield University A, Exeter Rowing Club, and then there's the Armed Forces Trophy.
Yeah.
It is the UK Armed Forces A crew, and they did 1914. And there's only 4 seconds on that page as well, so it's another
Yeah, definitely.
reasonably tightly packed page.
And
And here's the
more
last
close
page we're going to
results.
run through. Yeah, oh my goodness me.
We've got which is a college B though, so there's another
Yeah,
school crew.
Another school, so they did 1915. 0.8 of a second behind the University of Surrey. Oriel Kensington were just a second behind that. Bristol University B, almost the same time as Tyne Rowing Club B. Southampton, something's gone wrong. We'll stop there because we're on to 98 and the whole thing's just reset. But it was really good to see those results and how close they are.
I know,
When
very
you
close.
think they've done 19 minutes of rowing and they've got dead heats and fractions of a second.
Exactly. That's right.
It's really good to see what's been
Yeah, I know.
happening.
It's pretty good racing, but definitely after last year's dead heat, it's pretty. I think Brooks have made a statement there. 8
And can I
seconds
just
there.
say, if we were interviewing Brooks, we can't do it after they've had beer. They're notoriously lightweight.
They'll be totally fine with one beer, I think. Yeah, so I think
Shall I
we're
vacate?
okay.
Right,
Sure,
I'll move away.
you've done a great job.
I'll move away.
very
Thank you
much.
very much. I'm going to
So
make way. Henry, park yourself there. You're on.
Cool.
Please note, he's drinking beer.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Hang on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool.
Oh my god!
There you go.
Like every year, it's like suddenly.
You might have won.
Oh, that's cool.
You were in the first crew, weren't you?
Yeah, no, don't worry, I was.
Have you got any questions? We've landed this on me for the second year running.
What does it feel like?
Yes.
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
I
can't.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
as an oarsman, I'm jealous of you because it was such good conditions. Have you
It was
ever done
awesome.
the tideway head in this sort of condition?
I mean, it just.
live?
Oh, I'm still got it. Okay, all right. I mean, it was just an awesome row. I still can't believe it really. Like, it was just sick.
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
It was sick. That's the word we're going
Yeah,
to
or
use.
gassed if I was Matt Rowe.
But yeah, this is big. So it's still. This is your second year at Oxford Brooks now.
Yeah, second year.
So
yeah.
how are you finding the program going? It's a bit of a step on from
it's
last year.
Pretty tough, a massive step on. I'm starting to do more of the full program. So it's a lot more sessions a day, but loving it, getting stuck in. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So how did the race feel? When did you think you'd won it? Coming through that finish line?
I don't know.
We saw a bit of a gap.
We could see the gap getting a bit
some
bigger, but
speculation, yeah,
I was just
because of that.
staring at Matt's back and I was trying to not look, and then when we crossed, Matt was like, "Oh, I think we might have done it."
It's pretty,
and then you're still a bit unsure. You just don't know until I heard it from the bank, and I was like, "Oh, we've done it."
Yeah, because it's almost that your second boat there, almost.
Almost. I think it's
point. The first boat. It's a
point
bit
one,
of a statement.
point
yeah,
three.
it's 0.1 of a second.
Yeah.
On the official results.
So that was a pretty awesome result. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
pretty good. So
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Matt can come and be gassed.
Cheers, boss. Oh, we're back.
We're back. My favourite part of every year. Have this landed. Yes. So actually, if anyone remembered our slightly less professional live stream last year, Matt was roped in, as was I. How do you think this year's race compared to last year?
It was pretty different. We came across a few more obstacles on the way. Our cox box broke, had a few disasters.
So it was broken during the race, or?
No, as soon as we got on the water, it was broken, and got to the start. Henry was there wading in his jeans, and managed to put a whole new wiring in the boat and fixed it. So, but everything was a bit rushed. We had to do our burst last second, and I think we got a time penalty for it. But yeah, it was. Other than that, it was pretty similar to last year. Just setting it up early, not doing a lot of hard work, and then just trying to take chunks out of the crew behind every 6 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But it must have been nice to look at that gap edging out on Leander especially after.
Yeah, it was a weird one, to be honest, because last year they came out so quick. They came right up us, and this year they didn't do that, and we were kind of no, they've learned from last year, and they're kind of saving themselves. But no, we just kept confident. The big guys in the middle did a really good job, just pushing away slowly, and it's more about all 6/8s coming top.
Yeah.
Top 18, all 6/8s. Yeah, top 18.
6/8s and top 18.
Yeah, that's pretty mental. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy days.
But pretty good.
Harry Brightmore. The big dog. Gas.
Right, tough to hold this.
Yeah, very you have to.
Light.
But actually, interestingly, I might have a question for you, because as we could see you coming down quite close to this Surrey bank as you're coming down, we had a couple of people on the live stream saying Brightmore doesn't know what he's doing steering that line. What do you think about
coming quite close to the Surrey bank? Well, I think we were just, I think we'd got the rhythm pretty bang on. I think the guys were in a really good place coming through Barn Elms. I was generally just trying to avoid the Fulham flats. I think there's quite a bit of speculation about where the perfect line is on that final corner. And I think last year, one place where I felt I could have gone a lot better was that I took that corner probably even wider, and I saw Henry Fieldman behind going a little bit closer to the Middlesex bank. So I made a conscious effort to sort of go in a little bit tighter this year. But
I mean, I think your perspective is funny, but it was interesting to see everyone was kind of talking about the line there, but it's definitely paid off in the result. Pretty.
Just managed to find the quickest stream.
Yeah, so it looks like whatever anyone else is saying about steering. But how do you find, again, same as Matt, how do you find the race compared to last year?
I think last year we were very nervous about the unknown. We didn't know quite how good the Leander 8 was going to be. We were just very uncertain, so I think we took it quite conservative at the start, and then we saw Leander were really shifting on us, and the last 2/3 of our race was very, very good last year. This year we were a little bit more confident in our ability, so we tried to stick to a similar pattern, but generally we tried to go out a little bit harder.
Yeah, because I suppose you have the knowledge of because we've had these Oxford and Cambridge crews racing.
Yeah, and those fixtures have been a massive help. Just in terms of getting a feeling for the river, getting a feeling for the markers, and it's all sort of come to a peak here today. And I think the guys set a pretty furious pace, and I think down to sort of by the embankment, it was everyone pretty much took their final stroke on the finish line. It was a really
definitely
really
making a statement going
well-paced
to regatta
piece.
season anyway.
Yeah, no, it's very positive, very positive.
Is that a wrap? Is that a wrap? Right, so I don't know if anyone's still watching live. There's 241 people. Oxford Brook's G boat is in fact the faster of their F and G boats. Not sure why they classify them that way around. I think we're done. So thank you for listening. We'll hopefully turn these cameras off. I really hope. But great, thanks for tuning in. See you next year. Every year, it's like, isn't it?